Simeon San Simeon, who was Bill M's enemy. Not really a nemesis. Bill accidentally killed his dad, and for some reason he wants revenge. He was been after you for many years. I was quite surprised how young he looked. You didn't really think too much of that until until later on when Tim said, maybe he's a clone.
Yeah.
The guy, there was one guy who's one of the crew members. He legged it, didn't he? If you recall, he legged it. Actually, so he actually surrendered, like, because you just wasted the entire crew plus the Ogman Raider plus his boss, and he kind of surrendered. And you're now in possession, Bill and Dax. You're now in possession of this tatty old scout ship, the Dark Star. Very old, battered scout ship. What do you want to do with it? I mean, you're in the pawn system. Got the logo for it there. There's the Dark Star. You're in the pawn system. You talked about, so you could basically kind of strip it, and you'll get some money for that. You'll get about, I think it was something between 50 and 100,000 credits if you want to kind of strip it. But you can't strip it then fly it, because some of the bits that you want to strip are pretty useful to fly it with.
How traceable is it if we strip it? Because obviously we don't want anyone tracking down where this Sansamune ship went missing.
Yeah, so you can strip the components, and those components won't be traceable. It's like wire, certain hard drive materials. It's a fraction of the cost of the ship, but it's still 50 to 100 grand, which is a good, a decent payday. It'll be what we'll do is it'll be 40 grand plus 1d6, 10 grand. So however we kind of roll. So you could do that. You could fly. You could keep hold of the ship and fly it. It does have, like all ships have a transponder, so if someone came looking for it, it will ping and it will flag. You could fly it into a star. You could just turn it off, let it go dark. You mentioned about maybe taking it to Ergo, which is a system like 1, 2, 3 stops from where you're sort of going. So that would mean someone has to fly it.
Yeah. So we've got 2 handy pilots. So that was one option. I know Bill had a plan of potentially sort of faking a crash by aiming it at the sun and then going dark at the last minute and parking it behind an asteroid somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm easy, to be honest. If at the end of the day, I suppose the thing is whether we want to leave a trail. That's the thing. And if we sell it, there's potentially a trail.
You can't sell the ship
or bits of it. I mean, can you sell bits of it? And
you can sell bits. Yeah, you can strip it. You can strip it of anything valuable.
We do know that fella on pawn who was the one who found the nameplate and sold it, who was a hole stripper. He might do us a bit of a solid and just say, see if he would be discreet in stripping and selling what we can get and chuck it into the ship kitty to keep the coup de grace running.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there some bits we wanted to again, you have to forgive me, it's quite a while back, but there was still some bits to fix on the coup de grace, wasn't there? Like,
there are.
Was it the weapons that were going to be quite expensive or something like that?
Yeah, and there's still some hull points. We've taken some damage as well.
That's a dude.
That's Jeffrey Cote. He's the salvage hauler on pawn. Yep. Yeah, there was the coup de grace taken some damage, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's taken some damage, and I think the cost there was about 16 hull points of damage, and that would be about 300,000 credits to repair those, and then also the turret, the particle barbette took some damage.
That's right.
You guys are registered Jedico operatives, so you'll get a discount at certain facilities. There is a facility at Tech World. Alexis Draven has had a message to you saying in the last month or so, saying if you guys have any any sort of shopping requests, any repairs or anything that you need doing, you'll get like 10% discount at the Tech World, which is like a couple of jumps away. So that is on your routes if you're going to go through Borderlands. Excuse me. So you could definitely kind of do that, but you don't have to do that.
I mean, I like that idea. I don't think we're necessarily going to get all of the coup de grace hull points repaired because they're we need to have sort of enough running costs for fuel and stuff as well. But it would be, I think we'd be better off having one main ship that's in good nick with a decent working weapon than having a couple of options knocking around in space, because we've still got Bill's scout ship as well.
Let's strip this. Let's try and make as much money out of it as we can. Because do you know what, San Simeon, I don't need to leave his ship. In fact, actually, if they find it, I'm not too worried if they find out that actually.
Take them all on.
Could we not leave some sort of incriminating evidence?
I'm not that brave.
Of Sam Simeon, get it found by the Interstellar Police or whatever.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, they're quite big, aren't they, San Simeon?
Yeah, even if it causes them, a minor inconvenience, at least they'll start going, what's going on?
I'm definitely up for a minor inconvenience. Dax is not happy with them at all.
Yeah. Bill, to be honest, I'm very bullshit about it until you start saying things that could end up leading back to us again, and then suddenly I start getting very timid and scared again. But I'm up for. I was very unhappy with old San Simeon. So
you're gonna have to fly it back to Porn, aren't you? The two of you, because you can't get back there without.
That's a good point. We haven't got Zim with us yet, so.
You're going to have to go back there.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to have to because we haven't got any other ships. So
no.
I think that's first port of call, isn't it? Is we fly it back, and I think Bill gets the honours on that. That's he claimed the ship, and then I think we just try and scrap it ASAP. And
so you could go to that salvage guy.
Could Jack rip out the transponder for us? Because having a San Simeon transponder, might not want to keep it on us.
It's a highly illegal act.
I didn't ask about legality.
It's actually not as easy as just taking out a box because the identity is kind of like written into the structure of the ship.
And it's probably finding someone who'd do it as well. And Porn is quite a high to-do world. It's not like we're on Team.
Yeah, it's not it's probably not the place to do it. Obviously, every area's got its own little undercurrent, little underbelly. Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to head back to Porn, and basically
let's fly back to Porn Hub.
Yeah, you're going to have to dock back at Porn Hub. Let's just have a little bit of a. So, I don't know if is that going to be too loud for you? That's music there, Gaz.
It's all right for me.
Yeah, tell me if it is a bit loud. It might be a bit loud with headphones on.
Right.
I'm just going to turn it down a fraction.
It was all right.
Yeah, I'll just see. So you arrive back at Porn in the Dark Star, and it's a bit of a crappy, tatty old ship. Really, it must be 75 years old. There are bits that are leaking oil in the ship, bits that are obviously past their best. But you could definitely once it's in the on the station itself, you could definitely strip it and take some money out of that.
Definitely rings some alarm bells, doesn't it? If not only was San Simeon looking pretty young and spry, but why is San Simeon flying in a crappy heap of shit, 75-year-old ship when he's heir to the San Simeon Empire?
Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual thing to do, unless you were a disposable clone, maybe.
Well, yeah, that's sort of what worries me. Although to be fair, I'd love to.
Highly illegal in Imperium space.
Yeah.
My favourite moment from that last session was when Gaz said, "Oh, he's probably a clone, isn't he?" And watching Bill and Dax's faces drop.
The thing is, I'd thought about it when you first mentioned that he was really young. I first thought, oh, he's had like rejuvenation treatment because he's rich and blah, blah. And then I thought, what if he's a clone? Then I saw how excited Bill was when he killed him. I was like, I'm not taking this away from him. I'll mention it next session. Gaz got there straight away.
Because that's what I would have done.
Me too.
By the way, Bill, I remember you will get, because you defeated someone there who is not an insignificant. Like the moment was pretty awesome in your history. So you're going to get, at any time you can have a boon on a roll. So if you look at the bottom left of the screen, you'll see boon and bane.
Oh yeah.
So if you were to click boon, whenever you make a roll.
All right.
It'll roll 3 dice for you, and you set the highest 2.
Got you.
So it's a bit like inspiration. It's a bit like bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
And so that's just for you, and you can have that at any time, and you can kind of cash that in. But you have to say when you're going to use it. Okay. There were a couple of jobs that came up on Pornhub in our last time. There was that little job for taking those clerics, those kind of priest churchmen.
Yeah.
But you're not going to go that way. So you had a little look at it and decided didn't really fit. And then there was this job for a company called Helvic Laboratories. And they were looking they were basically looking to just to kind of charter some haulage, really, just take some haulage to the next system along, which is called Hilfer, which is a desert world, which is 1 parsec trailing, so that's east. It was 10,000 credits, but that was a couple of days because you guys have been out of action for about a day or two. By the time you get back and everything, that was a couple of days ago. And the next time you look at the bulletin board, the price has gone up to 50,000.
Surgeon.
Yeah, and also there's a little note there saying for interested crew should contact Beruz Euphrosyne, head of Helvic Laboratories at Porn. For a meeting to discuss. Beruz.
Sorry, so what's gone up in price? What was it that's gone up in price?
The original job that they advertised about 2-3 days ago. I think, was it 10 grand, Mike?
It was about 10,000. It was 10,000 to just drop off some computer parts and some bits of laboratory equipment, really. You see, what's happening is because there's that party coming up for the director general of the station.
Yeah.
No one's really leaving. Like the people who are there, they are waiting for the party. The party's about a week to go. Sorry. So you're not getting a lot of people. Anyone there, they're waiting for the party, and it seems to be there's a bit of a time element on this job. Like we need someone soon. And they don't really want to wait a week for this, or more than that. It would probably be a little bit more than a week. So, do you want to meet this guy?
Let's do it.
I think that's a good plan. I think if the money's good, much as I lament leaving the party, and I think let's get out of here and make some cash. I've got bad memories of porn.
Yeah, it's only 50. It's only 50 grand, but and you're going that way anyway. So
50 grand up.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, every little helps. We want as much cash as we can get before we hit Tech World, so we can get some repairs done.
Some repairs, yes. Okay. So, this guy, his office is in the well-to-do city district on the station. So you've got Prawn Station 1. It's a glittering, shiny, clean metropolis. I want you to imagine something a bit like a kind of Singapore. You do not see a speck of dirt. Every surface is immaculate, polished. Even more so now, Normally, people are kind of quite busy. They've got their heads down. They're rushing to work. But because we're coming to party time because of this little holiday, people are starting to relax a little bit. The offices aren't closing any early, but people are going straight from the office into the bars, and karaoke type things are going on. So there's a little bit of loosening of attitudes, but it's still really, really immaculate. And Beru's has got an office in a very nice tower block in the centre of the city district. It's multiple companies have their office there, so you're sort of going through this gleaming mirrored doors, lots of security. Although there's no crime on Pawn Station 1, so do they need security? But it just seems.
You say that I got kidnapped there.
You got kidnapped, yeah. Yeah, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
It must have been an inside job.
Goddamn bastards.
I know. So you basically arrive at the lobby, and there's not a guard. There's like a reception guy there with his little peak cap on, really nicely, clean shaven, very, very smart. To the right, there are just near the lobby. There's like multiple names of all the different companies that are based there, and you see one of them is for this company, Helvik Laboratories.
Ooh.
So the reception guy, he's just kind of typing away on his computer there, and he kind of looks at you and says, "Yes, gentlemen."
I think we're dealing with laboratories. This is a Zoom job. Baxter's going to just meld into the background.
What time of day is it, Mike?
Well, it's 10 a.m. It's a
10 a.m.
It's a business meeting.
Right.
You've got an appointment to discuss this little job. So he's asked you to come in for 10 a.m.
Did we get a name for the gentleman we need to speak to?
Yeah, Beruz. B-E-H.
Oh, that's it, Beruz. Yeah.
Beruz, yeah. Beruz Euphrosine. So it's one of these. It's basically a Valani name. So it's an ancient human name. EUPHROSYNE. You don't really need to write it down, but Beruz Euphrosine.
Okay. I'll just introduce myself, who I am, and with my illustrious colleagues, and say we have an appointment with Mr. Beruz.
Okay.
This morning.
Okay, so he has a little look on his.
Trots.
He has a little look on his schedule there. He says, "Oh yes, Mr. Zim and colleagues, I see." He has
Dr. Zim, thank you.
Dr. Zim, I'm very, very sorry, sir. He has a little pause while he looks at your two colleagues and goes, yes, Mr. Euphrosine is waiting for you on floor 17. His office is turn left out the elevator, and his office is at the end of the hall.
Thank you. And if I can do anything about your little pause, please see me later on when I return from our meeting. Sorry, no. You just said thank you.
So you take the elevator, you go up the 17 floors. Because it's such a low G environment, you can build these really improbable, graceful, like curved structures that you just couldn't easily do. I mean, anything's possible, isn't it? But it's a lot easier to build these improbable, graceful structures on Pawn. The gravity's been spun up a little bit at the moment, so it's a little bit more like half G. So periodically they will do that so that people don't become bones demineralized and stuff like that. So for periods, the gravity will be quite low, and then it will kind of cycle up a little bit. Station will spin a bit quicker, and then it will kind of cycle through this. Some people find it a bit annoying, but it's for the good of the community. Beruz's office lies at the end of the corridor, so you knock. Oops, let's have a look. What we just shared there.
Not looking at that. You've shared what's
Ooh,
called
the patron.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh.
I've shared the wrong page. It's okay. I've stopped sharing it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to have on there. Yeah. Sorry,
Ooh,
I pressed the
hello,
wrong
mate.
button. Yeah. So you go into his office, and it is like there's immaculate, there's Pawn immaculate, and then there is like it looks like a showroom.
OCD immaculate.
I sort of want to Google porn immaculate now and see what.
Immaculate porn. Yeah, it's very clean, very minimalist. Like it's white, lots of white furniture.
Looks like the Institute.
Yeah, like there's a plant. The plants look like absolutely pristine. It looks like it could be a show home. There's a big window looking out over the city, and not really any kind of no real decoration. No pictures, nothing of any kind of, you could say, unusual stamps of individuality. Beruz, he's quite a dapper fellow. Very snappy dressed, very well dressed in the latest imperial style. Perfectly coiffed hair. It looks a little bit untidy there, but it's a lot smoother, really. Pristine nails, immaculately manicured nails, smart, expensive-looking suit, shiny shoes. He like as you come in, well-clipped beard, moustache. As you go in, he smiles this kind of perfect teeth. These kind of immaculate teeth. And Mr. Zim, so good to meet you. Would you care for a drink? He pours green tea or water.
Ooh, green tea, please.
Okay. So he pours you. There's like a little teapot, and he pours 4 little cups of green tea. Motions. There's like a cream sofa, not like a cream, like a greyish kind of sofa, with a little desk in between, and you sit on one sofa, and he sits opposite. Please, gentlemen, do take a seat. Our mutual friend, Mr. Ural, says you are very highly recommended. We have a bit of a delicate matter, something that's a little bit worrying to me, that did start off as nothing more than a little bit of an accident with requiring the delivery of some computer components and some lab equipment. But it may have escalated a little bit. We at Helvig Laboratories, we're a cooperative science team. We are comprised of some of the finest engineers and craftsmen in the Trojan Reach. Our main role is the production and the leasing of science vessels and research vessels. We lease these out to separate companies, small corporations or wealthy individuals, science and research teams. We have one science research vessel in orbit around Hilfer, the planet Hilfer, in the Hilfer system. A couple of weeks ago, I had a message to say they'd had a small industrial accident, small explosion, very small, well contained, and they were requesting some replacement parts. Now, this is obviously not covered in their insurance, so there's a little bit of an issue there. But then a few days later, their routine communications, which are transmitted through the Expo network, their routine communications ceased. We've not heard from them for 2 weeks. So he runs his hands through his hair, and this guy is very, very precise in his manners. But you just see for a moment like a little flash of, just looks a little bit worried. It's more about the price of the vessel. That vessel has a significant credit value attached to it.
What class of vessel are we talking about, Berries? I do have a certain familiarity with certain types.
Oh, it's a 400-ton lab ship.
Oh, lab ships.
The fairly standard, the fairly standard type. With the circle with the docking pinarchy in the centre.
Zim had one of those, didn't he, Mike?
Yes, Zim's got a quarter share in one, hasn't he? Which is back home.
Yeah.
You'll soon be getting a pension off. You'll soon be getting some payment off that, actually, Zim.
Oh.
Yeah, because you get 25,000 credits off that each year, and we're nearly at 1 year of real game time.
That's cool.
I think I've got $6,000 in a pirate ship somewhere as well.
Yeah, so I think if I just check the calendar, In fact, we're probably at it. We're probably at it now. We must be almost, if not quite, out a year of play. So you can. So Gary, I think Zim can take his. Gets that 25k pension.
Yep.
So you can add that to your cash on hand. Does Dax have something like that?
I've got 5 monthly ship payments, but I think
Those ship shares that you.
Yeah, but I think I cashed those in towards repairs on the coup de grace.
One might also say the other crew members owe you.
Potentially, but then to be fair, Dax is really in it for the adventure, and I am definitely the most cash rich of anyone. I've got best part of 300k personally in pocket. So as long as we're flying pirating, it's not about the booty for me.
It's not about the booty. It's always about the booty.
Despite my little corn.
So he actually stands up at this point, Beruz. He stands up and he walks over to the window and he stands looking out the window with his back to you. He says, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a bit worried about what these arseholes have been up to on our ship. I do want you to, we are looking for someone to deliver these components, but also we really need someone to check in on them, render any assistance that's needed, and submit a proper report back.
I think we can assist you with that endeavour, Beruz. Can't we, gentlemen?
Dax is going to just sort of take a bit of a sniff of his green tea. He's been nursing it, but it's not quite what he had in mind, and sort of subtly put it back down on the table. And he'll just sort of turn to him and say, do you suspect foul play?
No, there's no indication of foul play, but I mean, we are in the Trojan Reach and we are on the edge of the borderlands. There are many rogue elements about. The ship doesn't really have, the ship itself is worth money, but I don't really know in terms of what this science team who chartered the vessel might be doing on there. We have a very, very brief, sketchy outline of their requirements, but we have no reason to suspect any foul play at this point. But if you find evidence of it, we would definitely want to know.
How long have they been hiring this ship from you?
They've had it for, and he just quickly pulls up like a little holographic data tab that seems to be attached to like a ring. So he's got his ring and he just opens his hand and this like holographic data slate appears and he just goes, they've been working on there for about 9 months now. And they submit a weekly report and it's really just a status report. And we, as part of the contract, we keep them resourced. We provide any updates, software updates, any hardware problems that they will communicate to us. They don't tell us about the nature of their research, and we don't ask.
When was their last weekly report handed in, Beruz?
It came in just before, so it's 3 weeks ago now since they had their last report. And then shortly after that, there was another report reporting this small explosion. And then very, very soon after that, a request for certain types of computer equipment and laboratory equipment to a place that was broken. Yes, it's a.
We know these guys, though. Aren't they the ones that are involved in the lab with the mutant dog?
Yes.
It's a company called Progenics. I've never heard of them until recently. I've never heard of them at all, to be honest. They seem quite a small outfit involved in this particular team work
Can we just pull up the map again? How far this is?
It's more or somehow there, I think.
It's literally the next sector over. It's one past.
Just trying to get the map, isn't it? It's map.
I'll put it up for you now. What I'll try to do is I'll try and make a map as the base image, so it will always be there.
Oh, cool.
I'll try and do that for next time. Yeah. So there's the.
There we go. That's the chicken. Okay.
That's what the sort of have a little bit of a think and look over the field. So we've got one of the best pilots in business here in Mr. Philip. And you couldn't ask for a better crew to investigate the scientific vessel. Dr. Tim here is widely published and well recognized scientist. What I would say is the last time we investigated a facility related to projects was an unpleasant experience. I wouldn't be surprised if a little danger might be involved. Bit of a tricky one. Hard to know. I think we could do it for a sensible proportion of fee, but any ammunition would have to be replaced.
I really don't think we'll be talking about ammunition in this case. Of course, any expenses that you might incur should be fully recompensed. I don't expect you to put yourselves in danger here. I would also really appreciate a fuller examination of the report, because
But
How about charge them for combat environment systems? That's not like some heavy outputs that section against some positive factors and stuff like that. I think we've all got our own personal weapons anyway. That'll be more. What sort of tech scanner? Med scanner?
Yeah, the paper expertise. So they're getting the best of the best things they've got. How the pilot fit.
and they've got ducks.
That's a risk. I'm going to ignore that. I'm the most expensive form. Although I have to start shooting scientists, and I'll start shooting scientists. I'm wound up with the fight. But yeah, I mean, I think we're offering something unique. I think Tim's got it on the head. We sort of define the kit with it.
we
I've already planned some upgrades that I really need to do to get some serious cash. I've done some upgrades with regarding skill program, so I'm not bothered really navigating investigations. Especially when Mike did give us the book last week about mysteries. I need to.
That was making me nervous. I'm glad you've done that. Other than, I think Silak was the only one who made me
Yeah, I need to sort still out. Well, we need to sort still out before we leave it. Sort out.
I mean, Billem's sort of looks over it. I'm thinking, well, Beru's. I mean, although these guys have got it, they completely know what they're talking about from our costs. One area that I'm interested in, I'll be honest, I do still have a day job, and I keep getting messages from my boss about trying to get some data about various gas giants. I don't know if you guys have any data that would help us. So while we're out doing this job, could you provide me with some of that, and that will help keep my employer off my back. Okay. Well, I understand that fully, and I think one of the things then in our expenses, we may well have to stop off via a gas giant on our way. So in our fuel expenses, you may well find there's a slight addition for us to be able to take that detour. But of course, we will do your job first before we do anything along those lines. Sounds good to me.
Pretty on the level.
If you feel there are, you've had to take unnecessary risks, you will, of course, be thoroughly recompensed.
Much appreciated.
Sensible businessman. I like you already.
He stands up. He says, "Right, well," and he just looks at his nails. Quick checks his nails, and he's like, "Well," quick looks at himself in the reflection in the mirror, straightens his hair, and I think that's really everything there, gentlemen. I'll have the computer components delivered to your ship this afternoon. I really would appreciate if you could get on your way as soon as possible. And we'll see you again sometime.
We'll be in touch.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you leave. You take his leave. Is there anything you want to do before you leave Porn? Anything you want to do before you leave the system?
I wanted to talk to Bill and Dax about getting Select some PTSD sort of remedial therapy because he was going a bit twitchy.
Yeah, he's becoming a bit of a liability.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose him because he's actually pretty good at what he does. So if we can sort him out, and then Zim's has got a plan.
Nice.
But no, I want to fix him up first, and then I can fix him up later.
Yeah. Okay. So you did mention about this, Gaz, that there was this like this kind of like they basically edit your psychological problems and they basically take it out.
Yep.
You're gonna have to convince him to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to Bill and Dax about.
Yeah. Let's just see what.
So what have we got? We've got to try and convince Select to let us.
Yeah, we can't force him to go under PTSD revision therapy. It's got to be a willing.
Yeah, or
Not
else
me
it might
doing
give him
it.
more PTSD.
Yeah, not me doing it, but the Porn Station medical personnel.
It was what did I call it, guys? I called it
I'm so sorry as well. I'm out of character. I think I might have lost some of the audio because when I put my headphones in, because I was thinking I'm going to get everything's all blending over. So I apologise. I might have lost a couple of minutes.
That's okay.
Of audio there.
We'll be all right.
That's all right.
I'm just going back to the message earlier on, mate, and
Yeah, it's all right. Selective trauma memory editing and reprogramming.
That's it.
Is what we called it. So they basically remove your memories. It's a bit of a tricky one because theoretically they can add memories. So you are really your life in their hands. So
It does sound like a tough sell.
yeah.
I mean, the first step's getting Select to admit that he's even got a problem.
He's even got a problem. You're going to have to make a persuade roll.
Yeah. I think we maybe sit him down and give him an ultimatum and say, look, he's got a permanent role on the crew, but our requirement is this.
I'll pass muster. That's why I've been doing all the
Laura.
Yeah.
health checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Dax had to turn his head and cough.
That was why, was it? Is that why?
That's what Zim told me. I just believed him. He's a doctor.
He's got surprisingly big hands as well, Zim.
Yeah.
And the wall.
Well, that's better than cold.
So you're going to try and persuade him?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a persuasion roll. You're going to use what would you use? I guess it would be intellect as a kind of. Have you got persuade as a skill, Zim?
I don't think I have.
Have you got deception?
I've got deception.
Dax has got persuade as a skill, but my int isn't very good, so I've only got a +1.
I can do deception and psychology hybrid roll if you want.
Use one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
psychology would be pretty good. What's your psychology?
Is level 1, but it works out with the educational modifier of 3.
Okay, wow. Okay, so it's going to be quite difficult to convince him because it's not something he would naturally want to do.
Right.
So your target roll is going to be 10.
Right. And it's on psychology.
Psychology.
Okie doke. Well, he's not convinced with that explanation.
Did you make the roll? What was the roll? Did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled 4.
Oh, it didn't come up on my chat. That's weird.
Oh.
All right, no
Did
worries.
it not come up on the screen?
No, it didn't come up.
No, I didn't see it either. Did you drag it from the?
Did you drag it on?
Yeah. Oh.
I just dragged it from the. See, I've got the dice in me mouse now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
I can see it now.
there we go. Yeah.
still a failure.
He's not convinced. He's not convinced. He's like you're
Could
not.
have tried, do you think, through my medical skill and say, look, we're concerned.
Listen. So you've got his back up a little bit now. He's like, listen, I've not got a problem. If you think you're going to take me to those brain butchers, you've got another thing coming. Like, I've seen what they do. They take people and they screw them up. Like, I'm fine. I'm completely fine. Like, yeah, okay, I might have lost it a little bit under collapse quell. That was months ago. Like, nothing's happened since. I'm fine.
Since you shot a woman.
That was she shot me first.
Which is true. Right, okay, what we can do, we can leave it and revisit this, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to keep a close eye on him because his back's up a bit and he's unpredictable anyway. We might have to deal with it at some point.
Mike, would Zim have any sort of like strong sedatives on board that I could use in a pinch if he goes?
Getting on a spaceship, fool!
Yeah.
Here's a cup of hot milk.
You've probably got some sedatives as part of your medical stuff.
That's what I was hoping.
That
Just in case we need to.
Stash.
All right. Well, just in case we need to knock him out without literally having to physically knock him out. If you know what I mean. Cool.
Yeah, he's a handy fella, so it could be a tough fight, and it could end up being quite a nasty one. We might want to knock him out and restrain him, and end up either killing him or getting one of us injured. So
well, he's part of the crew, isn't he? So we got to look after our own, so to speak.
Yeah, it's a good call. Like, he's he's very resistant to it, but it's not like you won't get maybe another opportunity to
to do
that.
Cool.
Okay, so you're going to depart. You're going to depart Pawn Station 1. Is there anything you particularly want to do before you go, or can we just kind of fast forward the jump?
We can. I just want to make sure that we get the transcripts from the series of last communications from the research vessel.
Yeah. Okay. So Baruz is happy to give you those. They're very routine stuff, really. It's just like
just to read it through if there's anything we can pick up, any clues.
Yeah. Okay. So can you make an investigate roll?
Yep.
With intelligence or education.
I've got investigate. So
look for the words zombie dogs.
Oh, I got a 9.
Let me just. It should be a target. Sorry, I've got it set as a 10, but it should be an 8. So that's a success actually. Yeah, there's nothing of any real. Nothing really stands out there.
Right.
It's fairly routine stuff. It's just like routine management stuff, really.
Right.
You know, what toilet facilities, management, like what equipment needs to be done for the galley, for the kitchens, air processing, waste management stuff, fuel use, fuel efficiency, a few little bits on software, routine software. It's all very, very ordinary.
Basically a maintenance contract, isn't it? They're not communicating about any of the science. It's just
It's just routine kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly that.
It doesn't suddenly go Event Horizon halfway through or anything.
I know, that's what.
Oh God!
I hadn't thought of that actually. That's a good idea.
Damn it!
Don't give me my
Nice one, Mick. Nice one, Mick.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Your fault when we all die to help.
Well, in that case, I think Zim will be all right for us just to. Well, I just wanted to make sure we had some kit first before we went to this research station, this space vessel.
Yeah.
Those combat environment suits. So I don't think they cost a ton of money.
So Dax has already got a hostile environment suit.
Let's have a look.
I think we just want the bog standard basic one. I think it's like, is it
Oops.
something like 100 credits, or I think 9,000 credits is the next one.
Hostile environment vac suit.
That's a lot of cash.
Tech 11 is 22,000.
Yeah.
You could buy those. You could buy them here. They don't have the level 13, but which is 40,000. They haven't got those here, but you could buy a tech level 11 one.
Well, Dax has got a TL11 from his pirate days. So I'm kitted out for hostile environment.
It's got some armor on it as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Actually, the armor's not bad. It's let me have a look.
Armor
Hostile
12.
environment vac suit TAs. 12 kinetic protection and 140 radiation as well.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Do you want to buy one of those, Gaz? You've got some basic, like Gaz. Dax has already got one.
Yeah.
Bill and Zim have got a basic vac suit, which is on your character sheets. But you could buy a couple of hostile environment vac suits for 22 grand each if you thought they might be useful.
There was something in the catalogue I was looking at today, Mike, when I was doing me stuff shopping for Zim and the crew.
Which one was that?
In the second edition Mongoose Traveller catalogue. Where is it?
The emergency one. It's quite thin, that.
I think it was something that said like combat environment.
Combat environment. Okay, let's have a look.
It's green.
Combat suit.
We've got quite.
All right, yeah, there it is. It's a grand combat environment suit. It's got +8 protection, tech level 10, 20 rads, 2 kilo, 2k weight, neck to toe airtight, loosely fitting suit, constructed ballistic cloth, blah blah blah, clear, flexible plastic hood, complete protection against chemical agents, tainted atmospheres, biological agents, and moderate defense against radiation.
Yeah, quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could wear your Diplo vest underneath that as well and layer the armor up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But if I bought one for me and for Kirsch and Silek.
Okay.
That might make up for you trying to wipe his brain.
Yeah, I bought you this.
Well, if I want to build prototype Borg, I've got to start somewhere.
Okay, so I've added that combat environment suit on Gaz.
Cool. Thanks.
Let's carried. That is now.
I like the idea of that. What was it? That combat vac suit that you said about.
Yeah, they're quite nice as well.
Let's have a look. Combat.
Because I've got an armor. I've got a vac suit, tech level 12. So
as a scout, you should really have an armored one, Bill.
Protection 10, radiation 90. So how does the one up from that fair.
Let's have a look. We've got combat environment suit. That's the one. That's the one that Gaz was just on about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you.
Cheerful and cheap does the job.
Yeah. So can you take 1,000 credits off your thingy
Yep,
there,
will do.
Gaz? And don't forget to add the 25. So it's total of add to 24 to whatever you've got there.
Yeah, I'll take off the Select and Kirsch as well.
Okay. Well, like, you could take that out of the ship. They could buy their own, actually. If they've got their own money, you know, they could definitely buy their own.
No, I'll get it for them. I'll get it for them.
Okay, that's
It's
very
all-
good of you.
So, well, like I said, it's crew. They've got to have some sort of perks.
Okay, so let me.
There we go.
Select. So that's Kirsch. Yeah, he's got a vac suit already.
There is a armor non-powered, so a boarding vac suit.
Oh, yeah, they're nice as well.
Yeah, that combat environment suit, Gaz, it's not as good as a basic vac suit.
Is it not?
No,
But
Oh,
it's only
it's
1,000
basic.
though, wasn't it? Rather than 20,000.
but it's
Yeah.
cheap as chips, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really want to start walking around in me only means protection in space in a research ship in case anything either punctures
Yeah.
it, burns it, bites it, melts it. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Let's just see what Silic has got. Is there anything you particularly want, Bill?
I was looking at the boarding vac suit, which is protection 13. Not quite so good on radiation, but it's designed for kind of, this is like for when pirates board and life support fails.
It's a bit tougher, isn't it?
It's 24k, but I suppose I don't know if I need it because the thing is, I've got a vac suit for on board, and chances are if we get boarded, I'm probably not going to have time to go and get my vac suit on and go and get it out of the cupboard and all the rest of it. So I'm sort of I don't know. Is having a vac suit that it's more for if we're going to board somewhere else, isn't it? That's when you're going to go and sort of like tool up and like, right, let's go and get kitted out, get our stuff on.
Yeah, if there's any threat of being in an environment with no air, which is like you're in space a fair bit, so that is always a threat.
It's a fair threat, I suppose, isn't it? So I could go for because the other one I was looking at was the hostile environment vac suit, tech level 14, but that's like 60,000 credits.
Yeah, they don't have those here.
Oh, okay, that sorts that out. Could I get a boarding vac suit then?
Yeah.
Can I sell my vac suit though, so that I'm kind of
Yeah. So how much is the one you've got?
20k?
Okay. So
this
can
one's
you
24.
can you roll 1d6 for me?
Can I just click the green D6 in the middle of the bottom left?
Yeah.
can't
You just
I?
pick it up and drag it onto the. Okay, so you're going to get it's in good nick actually. So you're going to get it's not it's quite new when you got it, so you've hardly used it. So you're going to get 50% of the price.
It's not bad, £5,000.
So yeah, so only 14 grand then to get the new one. That's all right.
So it's like a trade. It's like a part exchange then, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll do
Give us
that.
a part
Sounds
exchange.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Are you able to drag that and drop it over onto your character sheet from the items?
I can sure try. Okay, let's see. So I go to my boarding. It's tech level 12 one, yeah?
Yep. So you should be able to just drag it over onto your inventory.
It's done it. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
take off the old one as well.
And do I just drag that off as well?
I think I'll do it for you. Just edit list.
Oh no!
And then I'll do it for you. I'll delete it.
No,
there.
no! Oh, I'm doing all sorts of things going wrong. How do I get my? There we go. Oh yeah, it's the edit list in the top right hand corner.
It's the edit
isn't it?
list in the top right corner, isn't it?
I seem to have ended up with 2 cloth things. I'm pretty sure I should only have 1. Should I just put 1 in there? Can I just type that and that change to 1? Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you do your shopping. All that stuff is available at the starport side of the station, and you trade in your old one. You get a decent price for it. So it's kind of shopped up and kind of satisfied. You're going to make your leave of Pawn Station. It's a bit of a shame, really, because this place is starting to get a bit of a buzz. You know, people are arriving. There's a bit of a kind of febrile excitement building, a kind of a sort of a getting ready for a bit of a party. So it's a bit of a shame that you're going to miss it, but hopefully you'll hear about what went on.
Bill M looks longingly over his shoulder for his white-haired beauty, just to see if she's around somewhere.
Yeah, you don't see her. She's not waiting for you. Okay, so you leave Pawn Station. It takes you about a few hours to get to the jump distance, and then you make your you do your while you're taxiing out there. You're going to do your astrogation planning. You've got loads of time to do it, so it's going to be quite an easy. So, Zim, can you make? So you've got astrogation as a skill now, yeah, Zim?
Yep.
Can you make an astrogation roll for me using education or intellect?
Astrogation's what you need.
That's what we need. There we go.
Love it. I've still got my trusty work hammer on my character sheet.
Yeah.
Is that showing up on?
I'm not seeing any of your dice rolls other than that one that you did, which was the 1 plus the 1 on the 4 plus 3.
No, it's not coming up, mate.
Yeah,
maybe it's
roll of
maybe
8
it's
were, none
delayed.
of the others.
That's weird.
Are you dragging them onto the chat window?
Yeah. Try it once again.
Maybe it will come up. What did you get anyway?
Oh, there you go.
there's
Saw
one
that
now.
one.
There you go.
That worked.
Yeah, okay. So you're not under any pressure. You've got loads of time. You spent the last few weeks doing an intense astrogation course, but also you've been learning bits as you've been going on over the last few months. So you're getting a decent level of competence with it.
Cool.
So you blink out of the pawn system, enter jump space, and it's about a week in there. Nothing particular happens unless there's anything you really want to do while you're in jump space.
What's
gonna
just out of interest? Sorry.
No, sorry, Rob, on you go.
I was just going to say, out of interest, what's the tech level on Tech World? Just
Very
for future reference.
It is very, very high.
I know, that's why I'm asking, because Dax has his eye on a couple of things, but they are...
Yes.
It is 15.
Oh, music to my ears. I was looking at TL14 stuff. We'll come back to that.
It is 15. It is the pinnacle of technological development, all sponsored by the Jedico company, General Development Company, of which you guys are one of us.
And we've potentially got a 10% discount because of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which is useful because Dax in the back of his head is smarting still from the encounter in the bar. Give him a gun and put him at range, he's fine. But in combat, he's quite low strength. He's got an idea about how he might fix that. But we'll
come to that when you get to Tech World. So yeah, start to have a think about how you're going to anything you might kind of want to get hold of. And they have kind of like printers, like these kind of like bio printers and basically 3D printers. So maker shop, they call it a maker shop. So they can basically just print anything off, create anything from the raw materials that are just there. So you're never going to find anything out of stock there.
We're going to spend some time on Tech World, boys.
Yeah, you've also got a contact there. I forgot to tell you. I told Gary about it. You've got a contact there. A girl called Sophia, who is Alexis Draben's like his kind of secretary or his assistant in that area of the Trojan Reach. He's not based there, but she is conducting business under his. So you've got a name there. So if you do decide, when you do decide to go to Tech World, you've got a bit of a contact there. She'll look after you. She'll look after you.
So you survive Hilfer first.
Yeah, you got to arrive with Hilfer. So Hilfer system is it's quite a sparse system. You've got a big red. Is it red dwarf big?
Yes.
I think so,
Dwarf,
yeah.
a big
Yeah.
star. Yeah. You've got a red dwarf, which is quite a cool star called Kelnades, and then Hilfer is very, very close, 0.24 astronomical units, and it's got 2 moons. It's close. It's a lot closer than like Terra would be to Sol, which is 1 astronomical unit.
Yeah.
But the star is a lot cooler than Sol, so it's it can be a lot closer. It's a very dry planet, a desert, basically like a desert world, really. It has got. Let's just share that. It's got a decent sized starport, quite a thin atmosphere. It's 8,000 kilometers, so it's a bit smaller than kind of Terra would be. Government 7, balkanization. It's got like small groups, really, a bit sort of scattered and disparate. It used to have a bit more sort of clout, but it was part of Drinax is kind of remit, but now it's pretty much, it's a bit of a kind of, no one really goes there much anyway. It's a kind of an area to go through. It's the best. It's a bit of a backwater. There's nothing really much to be found there. So there's a starport. People stop there. They go past. No one really goes down there.
Right.
You've got the high port, which is quite a nice looking thing, hovering above the surface. Although you guys could go there if you want. It's not necessarily on your port of call, but you might want to go there if you wanted to refuel. Or at any point that is kind of there as an option.
Cool.
And the actual so it's quite kind of a hot desert world up quite close to its parent star. It used to be quite prosperous, but then there was a rebellion. There was rebellion that led to orbital bombardment by Drinax, and today it's quite sparsely settled with small, quite almost xenophobic but very independent communities which dot the surface. It is a bit prone to piracy, and there are rumors of a pirate base in the system, but no one's ever found it.
Or we could set up another one.
Could set up another one.
We could play to that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got it's like kind of a desert kind of outback, mostly inhabited by small groups of humans, but there is a native Sophont species.
Oh, Gary's gonna love it.
Called the Neadic. Neadic. Nyadach. They're like a nomadic tribal alien. They seem to be the vestigial remnants of a once a much more sophisticated species that was actually star-going. This is all from your library data. So they were actually like many thousands of years ago, I think about 10,000 years ago, they were quite prevalent in the area, starfaring, but then their civilization seems to have collapsed, and there's just little kind of sparse groups of them left. They're kind of like a species on the edge of extinction by the sound of it. Quite tragic, quite sad, really. But they tend to keep themselves to themselves, and the humans, they don't really mix too much. They don't mix at all with the humans of the planet, because they have different kind of ecological niches.
Do we know what they look like, Mike?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Where's the species? Let's have a look. There we go.
Ooh.
So they have
They
this
look
kind
cool.
this kind of leathery skin with multiple folds, which is quite good for conserving water and maximizing cooling. They're
All right.
they're optimized for desert surface, so they have quite a wide foot that help like a camel foot that kind of splays out and helps them move better across the surface. They've got, in terms of weaponry, they've got some remnants of their once proud history.
Yeah.
but by and large they're quite primitive really, and they occupy. They tend to be found mainly around some of the ancient ruins of their planet. I might even have a
I
picture.
bet they've got some cool tech we could steal.
Well,
Deal.
Zim was thinking sort of along those lines. Oh,
So very Tatooine.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is an image on the library data. It's like a city, or the remnants of a city that's built into the rock. It's 10,000 years old, so there's not really a lot there now. But the Neadic do dwell there, and they are quite aggressive to anyone who tries to infiltrate their domain. There's not a lot there from the people who have been there, so anything that was there
long gone.
is long gone. Yeah, but it's not the only remnant of their civilization.
Yeah.
And there probably are some remnants scattered through the Trojan Reach on similar planets, but Hilfer seems to be the main epicenter. It doesn't even seem that the Neadic were from there originally. It seems that archaeologists seem to argue that they were brought there a long time ago, and then they sometime around 8,000. They were brought there. When was it now? Can't really remember. They were brought there a long time ago, about 400,000 years ago. There's some researchers theorized there was some genetic tampering. Maybe.
Well, this definitely would have things Zim's interest, even though we're doing a mission, but definitely if they get any downtime.
Yeah. So they had quite a low stellar tech level of about tech level 10. That was about 10,000 years ago. And they built quite large cities, great works of art and science, and spread quite slowly across the region. And then about 8,000 years ago, for reasons unknown, they entered a period of terminal decline, and they've never really recovered. The Sindalians did make some attempt to resurrect the species, thinking them, because they're quite tough, thinking they'd make quite good soldiers, but the species, the race seems to have degenerated to a point where they were just very aggressive, and they were kind of unreliable as allies. One Sindalian battalion was slaughtered by the creatures, so the project was abandoned, and now most of their cities are buried under sand. Their orbital constructs are blasted to ruins, and they've pretty much forgotten all their own knowledge. Just a handful survive, lingering on in ancient caves and ruins. They reproduce quite slowly, and they've got quite a volatile, warlike nature, even amongst themselves, which means that they are slowly disappearing.
Cool.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, just a little bit of like local kind of knowledge on the system that you're going to. Really.
It's a local co-op.
Yeah. The actual ship that you are been asked to go and look at is called the Fomalgut.
Fomalgut.
The Fomalgut.
Right.
Yeah, Fomalgut 127, and it hangs above the parched, dusty surface of Hilfer. It's slowly rotating. And the light from the sun kind of catches little facets of it, illuminating little kind of facets of it. So it's slowly changing. The reason it rotates is to create gravity.
Yeah.
So you've got grav plates in the ship, but they can sometimes interfere with, like Zim would know this. The grav plates they can interfere with the experiment. So you can turn the grav plates off and spin the ship to create whatever gravity you want, or you could increase the gravity by spinning it and the grav plates. The central docking ring has got it's basically a ring for insert.
Yeah.
Oh, we left Pornhub.
Yeah, you never leave it behind. You always leave a trail. Yeah, even at a distance, as you sort of scan scanning the system looking for the ship. It's pinging its location, so it basically is no effort to find it. That central Pinarche, or is it Pinas? I never really know. I'm going to
Yeah,
call
I
it.
think so.
No, it's Pinus, yeah.
It's Pinus, but I'm going to call it a
Yeah.
Pinarche.
Central Pinus. Penis.
It's a
Central
French
Pinus.
Pinus. A Pinarche.
It's
It's
the most
a
impressive
Pinarche.
pinnace I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a Pinarche. Yeah, that is missing, that central ship. So you've basically got the central docking ring. Now the docking ring itself rotates, so it's still, but the rest of the ship is moving around it. There's lights on, so it looks like it's got power.
Is our docking technology compatible with the lab ship? Would we be able to dock with it? Or would we need a Pinus to dock with it?
You won't be able to dock with it. You could get really close.
Spacewalk.
You could spacewalk.
Don't
Well,
want to.
I'm pretty sure you won't be able to fit our Pinus into that hole. There's no way.
You just waiting for that, Mick.
reckon Dax could.
We're just sitting there spinning. Right.
So when you say that's missing, is it? It looks like it originally had one and it's been blown
Yeah.
up.
Oh, it's
Well,
gone.
it flies in and out, so it's just not there at the moment.
Oh, I see.
Can someone make a sensors check, please?
That would be Zim, I think.
Yeah, I
know?
think he's the only one who can actually operate them and actually make them work. I have
I mean,
tried.
Dax can look out the window.
Yeah. It's definitely a space station, that's for sure.
It looks like a big lump of metal into stars.
Look at the size of that
I
thing.
feel-
That's not a moon.
That's no moon. It's
It's
two
the most impressive
moons.
Pinus I've seen in months.
There we go.
Oh man, I want to have an
Shut
Irish
down.
accent now as well. Billem's starting to sort of, Dax is sort of rubbing off on him a little bit, and he's kind of.
I wish you wouldn't do that. It's disgusting.
I like the idea that we become a travelling band of space gippos.
Let's not make this video public.
Yes, of course. That's not my personal opinion. I was working on terrible Guy Ritchie films.
Right,
Damn
computers,
that Guy
yeah.
Ritchie.
Sensors check.
Sensors.
If you've not got sensors, it'll be basic computers,
All right, yeah, it's going to be basic computers.
either intellect or education.
Well, I've got computers at level 2. So
It'll
should
be
I just use me?
Have you got? It's electronics, isn't it? It's electronics.
Yeah, electronics, and I got electronics 2 computers.
Have you got sensors?
No.
So it's electronics 1 then.
Okay, no.
So electronics 1 plus your.
Yeah, 'cause
There we
I've
go.
got-
Okay.
That's
so you
not
can't.
good.
Yeah. there's no- you don't really get any more information than that. You can. There's no track of the Pinas. That there's no. It's not there. And there's nothing else really your sensors are able to detect.
Right, would it be worth pinging the starport just to be polite to let them know we're entering the system, and if they've got any reports of where the Pinus has gone from the lab ship?
You certainly can do. It's on the other side of the planet at the moment because of line of sight.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and
What do you think, guys?
both of them are in geostationary orbits, so they're never going to be able to. You'd have to
right.
fly over. You'd have to fly over there.
Yeah.
Or
To
try
report or
triangulate. Yeah, triangulate the signal, but it doesn't seem to be there at the moment.
Okey-doke.
Can we
What's your-
message the? We could message this the formal gut and see if anyone responds. Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good start for 10.
What do you
Yeah.
want to say?
Formal gut. This is the what ship are we in again?
Coup de grace.
The coup de grace. That's right. This is the coup de grace. Is there anyone? Is there anyone there that we can speak to, who's in charge?
No answer. It's just like a dead channel.
And we've tried sensors, so we can't really scan for life signs or anything. So we sort of failed a bit on that.
Yeah, you could scan for. You could make a scan for any life signs or anything because that was just a routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if we can do that.
Yeah.
And if we can't get any life
That'll go.
signs, or if we failed at one, let's just scan for heat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can scan for heat signatures at least, if not life signs. Let's see if it's warm there or just ice cold.
What the Harrier doesn't really scan for life. But what it does, it scans for brain activity, so
Okay.
neurological activity, and it's not ice cold. It's definitely like it's got power. It's got heating.
Okay.
So, and from what you can tell, there seems to be it's all structurally intact. But it might be that they've got some kind of protective shielding or something to basically make the environment more controlled for the experiments, but you're not able to really tell whether there's anyone alive or moving around on board.
Can we attempt to dock?
Classic sci-fi has taught me that, you know, if the space station appears dark, abandoned, and possibly in trouble, you go aboard and see what you can find.
Yeah, totally.
Well, this doesn't look dark and abandoned. Like there are lights on. It looks like it's warm. The power's certainly on.
Let's see if Bill can get down there and maybe get us in position to spacewalk across.
Well, we got. Can we dock? Could you say we couldn't dock? Our ship was too big to dock, or?
Yeah, so that you've got the central docking ring.
Yeah.
You can't get into that. You can't fly the Harrier into that docking ring because it's a precise shape. You could bring the Harrier really close.
Yeah.
And then somehow get from the Harrier to the docking ring. However you wanted to do that. So if you wanted to fly really close, it's going to be a pilot skill roll.
Yeah.
And then you could perhaps spacewalk across using the effect of the roll as a bonus to your vac suit roll.
Okay. Well, I think obviously Bill is our pilot at this point. Dax is going to lead any potential boarding action as the security officer, shall we say, and captain. I think that's the way to do it. What do you think, gentlemen? I think, Bill, if you can pull alongside, and myself and maybe Zim can jump out. What's your vax? Do you have any vac suit skills, Zim?
No.
I'm vac suit.
I've got 0. It'll be 0 because I can use my jack of all trades anyway with it.
Mine's at 0, but it's a dex-based roll, so I've got +1 to it, so I've got a half decent chance.
Right.
I don't want to lose our scientist into the cold of space.
Ideally, no.
Do you want me to state, because I've got vac suit 2? That's like one of the things it's one of the few things I'm actually quite good at.
Really, yeah, you're really good at it.
Because I've sort of grown up in space. So is it worth us piloting close, but then putting someone else on the con while we head over, or if we got someone?
I mean, I've got pilot 2, so Dax can take over the helm and get you across, and then perhaps give command to the Varga or to Silic. I mean, I think in this instance, if we can leave Silic behind, that might be good because he can be a bit volatile.
Yeah, who would you want to text? It's not the only way on. There's a couple of other ways on.
Okay.
Right.
If you than going through the docking ring, there is a there's a couple of
music.
Yeah, there's an air raft docking space. You could go in through that way.
I don't like the sound of that.
And there's a couple of probe bays.
Have we got an air raft from the?
Yeah, you snaffled that air raft from the from Pawn Station, from the what's it called? From the Dark Star.
Black Star.
Yeah. It's a bit of an old one, but it's definitely, and it's not in mega great condition, but it was an easy one to take aboard.
That'd be a good way to do it, because if Bill can pilot the air raft down, then Dax can take point in the hostile environment suit to try and just in case there's any security issues, and then Zim can sort of talk to the scientists, hopefully.
Yes.
Should we do that? Because I mean, I've got small craft 1, pilot small craft 1.
Oh, that's good, because I only have pilot spacecraft, so I've only got pilots at 1. It's spacecrafts I'm better with, so that would be good.
Yeah. So tell me what you want to do. Do you want to tell me how you want to approach this?
So out of Silic and Kirsch, do either of them have any pilot skill?
Let's have a look.
Where's number 9? Oh, there's number 9. Okay, so there's the air raft docking space. It looks like it's already got an air raft in it, though.
Yeah, but you could open the you could remote control open the docking bay for it and go in that way if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the question again regarding Silik and Kirsch? Pilot spacecraft.
Yeah, pilot. Does either of them have any pilot skill?
Yeah, so Kirsch has got pilot. He can pilot spacecraft. I'm not going to tell you what their scores are. He can do it.
Yeah, long as he's capable. Because I would propose we definitely want Zim because we're talking to some scientists, and we know what happens if Bill and Dax go out on their own. It will be a bloodbath, or full of fit women or something like that. But my proposal would be we leave Kirsch piloting the ship. We maybe leave Silik with him. I'm open to suggestion on that. And then Bill flies the air raft down, and we go on sort of Dax followed by Zim, followed by Bill, and then start to explore.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. So was it to go in through the main docking ring?
Whichever's easiest with the air raft, I guess. Either through the air raft docking space or through the docking ring.
So the easiest approach is definitely to go in through the docking ring.
I think that then.
But you could go through the other ways, but you would have to try and open up. You'd have to make. You'd need some electronic skills to open up, to manually override the entrance. There's also if you look in quadrant 1, that's a lab. And there's an emergency entrance for equipment. So
we could piss a lot of people off by opening an unexpected hole into the lab.
You'd basically anyone in there would probably die.
So we've had a small power failure, and what you've done is vented half our research into space.
Yeah, it was only our radios weren't working. Everything was fine until you lot got here.
Yeah,
that's the second time that Bill has led to the death of everyone on the ship.
Good point.
I'm getting quite good at it.
So what do we think? Do we think Bill takes the air after the docking ring and we try and get across that way?
So Bill,
I think so.
Bill, you could certainly do it from the distance you're at, or do you want to bring the Harrier in a bit closer?
Let's bring the Harrier in a bit closer so we've only got a short distance. Because I'm assuming, again, sort of flying the Harrier a little bit closer shouldn't be too much effort, but not so close that I'm having to start making dangerous rolls for it.
We want a quick getaway if we need it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a simple roll. It's going to be a target of 6. So if you can make a dexterity pilot check with spacecraft, not small craft, and whatever you get is going to be a positive. It'll be whatever effect you get is going to be you're going to be able to add that or subtract it from your small craft check. So the better you get there, the
so if you roll crap, for example,
that's not great.
So you get close, but it's really difficult. It's just really, really difficult to kind of get close because that thing is moving. It's difficult to kind of get there, to get in a really good position. So it's going to be a -1 to your small craft roll. So you get about a kilometer away from the Fomalgut, and then it's going to be a kilometer in the little flight. You could all go into the air raft though, and space and fly across, and then try and get it into the docking ring.
Yeah,
let's do that.
And open up.
So Dax is going to pop on the hostile environment suit just in case we've got any breaches, unreleased chemicals, anything dodgy on there.
And who do you want to take aboard again?
I think just the 3 of us. And again, completely open to discussion. I think if we need Kirsch to just hold steady in the coup de grace, and I just worry a bit about taking Silik over, especially since Zim prodded him.
Silik's putting his vac suit on there. He's kind of tooling up. He's checking his gear. He's like, this is going to be like, you can see. He looks a bit. He just looks a bit excited, actually.
Do we give him the thrill, or do we?
We give him the opportunity to prove himself.
Yeah.
That is balanced, and then after this, if he goes gungo, we say, "Look, mate, what was that about?"
Yeah, to be fair, I think Zim's nailed it there. Yeah, like so, and it doesn't hurt to have extra backup. And
Yeah.
if
Okay.
need be, it will give us an insight into how stable Silic is.
And leave Kirsch on the Harrier so he can pilot it. He can pilot it. He's not amazing pilot, but he can certainly do it when he's not under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bill, so you're going to make a roll, a small craft pilot roll using Dex as a modifier, but with a -1. If you look on the bottom left, you'll see some pluses and minuses there. Have you got those?
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
So I can do a -1.
So you can
next
do
to
a
the Bane and
-1.
Boons.
But remember, you do have a boon to use if you want to.
Yeah, which might not be a bad shout considering I could kill us all here in one fell swoop. I'm just kitting up as well. So I've got my accelerator rifle, my armor-piercing rounds, which I'm not sure they're relevant to the accelerator rifle, to be fair, and my boarding vac suit.
Yeah. Make sure you've got your kit, kind of what kit you've got selected, what kit you're going to take. Bear in mind, if you've got too much, you will be encumbered.
Yeah. Does the cloth armor layer up with the hostile environment vac suit?
I'm not really sure, actually.
Because the tech level 10 cloth appears like normal clothing, but I don't know whether it's actually too heavy to layer up.
I would think it's quite a thin layer you put under a vac suit, isn't it? It's almost like a body stocking.
Yeah, so it's a bit too much.
It's a bit too much, yeah. So I don't think you'll be able to do that.
That's fine. I'll turn that off. I'm going to take my shotgun, my body pistol, and my monoblade, and then just the vac suit, and obviously the monkey knife, just because I never go anywhere without the monkey knife.
You never know. You earned that. Saved your life for that.
Did I ever tell you?
Okay. I'm pretty much tooled up. I've got 22. My encumbrance base is 19 and light is 38, and I'm at 22. So I figure that's okay,
good.
right?
Yeah, you can be on move.
But I have got all sorts of weapons with me, so I am properly tooled up. Okay, so
I'm going to scrap a couple of bits because I am actually, I'm unlightly encumbered at the moment because I'm not very strong. So what we'll do is we'll leave behind. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave behind the body pistol. I want to equip that. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, that's okay. Gaz, are you? What are you taking there?
I think I'll be wearing the combat environment suit with the Diplo vest if I can get away with it underneath.
Yeah, I think it might be okay. That we'll see what happens if you do enter any combat. Whether it stacks them. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah, and I want the portable medi scanner.
Yeah.
And my monkey knife, of course. I'll take a trauma pack because I've got 2, and I'm just not sure whether Zim should bother carrying a revolver or his staff because I'm pretty pants at combat.
Yeah, but it's better to have a weapon.
I mean, you might be pants at combat, but what if we get taken down and you're the only thing we've got standing?
When you say it's better to have a weapon, remember what happened with him last time when he had a weapon? I'm not entirely sure it's always better to have a weapon.
It's all right. If he pulls a woman off her feet this time onto the floor, we'll just let him crack on with it.
Right, I'm gonna take the revolver just in case.
Okay, yeah, fine. That's equipped then. Did you want to take that mercurial staff?
No.
Okay, so if I unequip that.
Yeah. So I've equipped the body pistol, the com dot, the shotgun, the grapple, the monkey knife, the vac suit, and the monoblade, and I'm carrying my cold light lantern because I'm not going to have that ready unless I need it.
Yeah.
So I'm just under my encumbrance. So I've left my advanced combat rifle and all my cutlass and stuff behind, but I'm tooled up enough.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so Bill, did you make your spacecraft roll?
Yeah, no. So I'm also going to do the boon. So if I click my boon,
yeah,
and now I do it right. That's the trick, isn't it?
Yep.
So let's go back to skills, and I need my pilot small craft. Right, so I just drag the dice down here. So, yeah, there we go. There's the 3 dice.
Oh, thank God for the boon.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
just so
Nice.
Thank God for the boon.
Thank God for the boon. Okay, so after the little bit of a shaky start there, you take charge of the small craft, the grav raft, and it's a bit of an older model. It's a bit tatty, well used, but it's you're kind of used to that. So you take it across that 1 kilometer gap. It's a bit terrifying for other people. Like, you're completely comfortable with it, but Zim could be shaken up a little bit. Silex seems to be fucking loving it. As you slowly approach, and as you get close to the ship, like, you just appreciate how big it is. It's twice the size. It's a 400-ton ship, so it's twice the size of the Harrier, really 4 times the size of the scout ship. It's a really impressive piece of kit. Like I say, the central ring is not turning. The rest of the ship rotates about it, and so Bill is able to effortlessly slide the grav raft into the hole.
Ride that pinnace.
he actually, it says he comes in, he actually sort of turns it as well, so we go in reverse so that we can fly out forwards,
Yes.
proper
Rear
slip.
entry drift.
Yeah.
Rear entry drift, very, very nice. So you slide into the docking space there, and there is the docking. You can get it very, very close with that kind of roll, and from that, it's going to be very, very easy to enter the airlock. But it's locked. It's locked. You can't just access it from the outside. So we're going to need a electronics roll from someone to.
Is there an intercom on it?
Yep.
Got to try and hail them, Dax?
Give it a bit of a go on the intercom and just see if we can raise anyone.
Okay. So what do you want to say? I mean, can you speak into an intercom? You can't directly, can you? But you could certainly. There must be some kind of method of signaling that you're outside.
Yeah, even if it's just
some kind of suit interface. Yeah.
See if anything happens. Just see if there's any response at all.
Okay, there's no response.
Okay. In which case, I think, Zim, we're going to need your skills.
Yep, cool.
Okay, so you shuffle your way forward, Zim, and you can wire up directly from the suit to. You basically plug the suit directly into the door. Right. And can you make an electronics intellect roll?
Yep. 6.
6, yeah. It's quite simple to do. No, it's quite simple to do. It's not a very, very difficult task. It's quite a routine task. It's just the setting is a little bit unnerving for you, but you're able to do it, and the door slides open, and the 4 of you, can enter that from that pinnace docking bay. You can enter the airlock.
Right. Dax is going to lead with shotgun unslung, just in case. Not waving it in a threatening way, but it's going to be in arm, ready to go. And I'll lead the way up into the docking space.
Cool. Can we take 5 there, lads, just to get a brew?
Yeah, it's a perfect time, actually, because I just want to put the next map on.
Excellent. Cool. I could do the P as well, so that's spot on.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorted.
5.
5 points.
See you in a moment.
It's finished. Oh. No, there were, I think there was something up with this Pokemon game, because I went back and just checked who's still on. And, so.
The next door, I think, until we know better, Dax and Silek should be somewhere near the front.
Yeah, so you can move. I think it now asks you to move. I have to authorize it. So you have to.
It does. Yeah, it says 9 meters, and then you have to say yay or nay, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was saying this to Mike when we were doing it earlier in the week. It gives you a lot more. Ooh.
I sort of wish there was this on Foundry. I like that Foundry gives you the options to sort of lock doors and stop people going through walls, but sometimes you're just like, I'll just have a look around there, and you're like, no, not yet.
Yeah, stops it from happening. So Dax, what you see here, there's a lift just below you, just to the south, which is like a passenger lift basically, but it's a decent size. It's also for cargo. In that corridor, it's just got regular lighting. There's a few vac suits on the walls, and then just to your left there is a door which has got a sign saying emergency ladder access.
So have we got normal lighting and stuff in this corridor? It doesn't look like there's any power outages.
It's dimly lit. It's not got bright lighting, but it's lit up.
Yeah, there's power.
Yeah.
Right. How do we want to do this behind? I think Bill straight behind Dax, because my worry is that Silek's... I might then have Zim and have Silek at the back.
Yeah.
So that Silek can protect us from the rear, but also, if he does kick off, we've got a chance of diffusing the situation.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to bring Zim up behind? Do you want to take the emergency or the access ladder, or do you want to go up in the lift?
Will the lift fit all of us?
The lift will fit all of you if you squeeze in. I mean, that's about how big is that square? It's about 5 foot, 6 foot.
Yeah.
So the 4 of you could stand in that square at the same time.
Yeah.
If you want to, and all go in there.
Nobody trump, gentlemen.
It's all right. I'm in a hostile environment vac suit. If I do, I'll knock myself out.
Well, they don't call it hostile for no reason.
It wasn't hostile when I got in it.
I did have eggy toast this morning, so I do apologise, gentlemen.
I've had whiskey and fags, nothing else.
It's that cheesy grin on Zim's face. It's like you can that's totally what he just said.
Yeah, that is the face of a man who has just farted.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I just left it out of a sleeve.
Yeah.
A sleeve pocket. Right.
What do you think, gents? Emergency access or lift? I mean,
I say lift.
I
Really?
say lift.
Okay.
Unless it's the lift's not working, then we use the access ladder, but lift
Seems to be working.
seems.
let's risk it. Worst case, we can climb out the top and up the wires, like they do in films.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So
the wires, man.
there seems to be there's certainly air in the area you're in. It's certainly got oxygen. It's certainly got an atmosphere, and it's pressurized. Do you want to keep your helmets and gloves on? Do you want to keep?
I would recommend until we get to find out if there's any contamination when we get to the actual bridge lab.
That's it.
Or
Even
the
if the
lab
hull's
bridge.
intact, I'm worried about what science they've been doing. So yeah, I'm keeping my breather on.
So
Is there anything I can pick up on the med scanner, Mike?
So can you make a electronic sensors check,
No.
Gaz?
Good question. Can you?
You'll make normally. Have you got vac suits in?
No.
Okay, so normally you would be a -2 because
Yep.
it's quite tricky to operate stuff. I mean, that's probably not really applicable in this case, so it's fine.
I can use me jack of all trades, if that would help.
You've got electronics though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just make an electronics roll.
Okie doke.
If you add sensors. Yeah, I mean, basically it doesn't show anything. It doesn't really show anything significant. Like normal air, it's a little bit stale, but other than that, it's fine. So
Looks like Zim's rolls are being punished for all of those 19s and 20s that Tim rolled last week.
Just a bit.
Just evening out.
it was quite easy to tell that. It's quite an easy test, easy roll to do that. So you don't pick anything up.
I would still suggest, gentlemen, we keep sealed until we get to the bridge area and we can find out a little bit more about what's going on.
I agree with you, Dark.
Just to be safe.
Yeah. So the four of you squeeze into the lift. It's pretty tight, but it's definitely doable.
I'm just going to touch Silic on the arse and see if it provokes a
Yeah. He flinches.
He starts firing randomly into the air.
He flinches and he looks at Bill.
Max is just going to chuckle inside his helmet. To be fair, Bill and Silic have always had a bit of a close relationship.
I'm going to bring you into...
Out of that little ring piece icon.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have arrived at the top of the lift. It's about 30 seconds to get to the top, fairly smooth. You can feel the gravity increase as you go there, because in the center of the hub, it's not rotating, 0G. And as you go up the lift, it starts to approximate 1G. So it's fairly normal G. And you're at the top of the lift. Again, that's like a little corridor, a few like computer terminals on the wall, just remote kind of stuff, basic kind of stuff. And then there's a door ahead. Let me just, so I'm just going to bring him back a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to move. I'm just going to bring you forward there. So it's all a bit congested really there, just so I can see what's happening. That door's actually open. It's not an airlock, and it's just a regular kind of door. It's a sliding door. It's not like a real high pressure door or anything. And then it basically takes you into this kind of corridor. There's a door just to your left there.
Mm-hmm.
Although it looks like a wall, so that's a mistake. That is a door on your left there, and then it goes round to the right.
And then we've got what looks like a couple of doors off to the right in that corridor.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of I'll look back across to the guys and say, we've got a door to the left and a couple of rooms in the corridor off to the right.
Who feels lucky, gentlemen?
I say we go right and we try these rooms.
Yeah, let's clear out each room one after the next.
What if there's treasure and gold and shit?
Yeah. Let's go and find out what's going on here. Let's go and find out, see if we can find someone living. That's the main thing, right? If we can find some of the scientists, there must be someone here.
Or a comms terminal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So which way did you want to go? Did you want to open the door to the left or go down the corridor?
So Dax wants to go down the corridor to about here and then try and open the door just to the right there.
Okay. So you can open that door quite easily. Does anyone else want to come forward?
Yeah.
And then Zim. I'm assuming Select will follow us up.
Yep.
Oh, I like the little iris valve. That's cool.
Yeah, a little Irish valve. So Dax and Bill, that door that you just opened there, that looks like a cargo room, or it's got some containers. They actually look like cages.
Oh,
Cages.
There's a couple of containers. Can you make a recon? I mean, are you going to go in or do you want to stay outside? It's hard to see. It's quite dimly lit here. There are lights. It looks like hard to say people, sorry. It looks like some of the main lighting in the corridor and in this room has been smashed. And what you've got is this insipid, pale emergency lighting.
Emergency lighting.
Yeah, you've got the emergency lighting. So there's broken glass in the main corridor there. But even in some places, it looks like someone's tried to have a bit of a crack, or someone's tried to sort of smash some of the emergency lighting as well. So it's quite dimly lit. It's not. We wouldn't say dark, but you know what it's like when it's emergency lighting. It's just a bit duller.
I'm going to relay that back to the guys and just say, looks like someone's had a go at the lights and the emergency lights back here. I don't think this place is secure.
This is reminding me of the previous Progenics installation.
I don't trust them, and they've got cages in here. This room's got cages in it. Are they cages of a similar size to those?
Oh no, not them again.
It's hard to tell from where you are. Do you want to go in and have a closer look?
Yep. I'm going to go shotgun right up. Can I? So what I'd like to do is strap my my mag light or whatever it is. Let me have a look at my inventory. My cold light lantern, to get the best view possible. I want to try and secure it to the side of my shotgun.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got my accelerator rifle is equipped and loaded.
Okay.
And Zim has a strong argument ready, just in case.
Bad dogs. Bad.
So if you're going to have a look in that room, can you move into it for me?
I'm going to take a step into the room and I'm going to sweep it with the light and the shotgun.
Okay. So you have a little look. there are a number of cages. Some of them are like cages piled upon cages. They look quite small, actually. Quite small. Maybe they would probably be, I don't know, 2 foot 18 inches, maybe 2 foot wide, and probably a foot, maybe 14 inches high, something like that. There are a number of them stacked on top of each other, and one other one behind. So there's about I want to say there's about at least a dozen of those. There's like a crate over to your just on the right of Dax there, and there's another big cage, one on top of the other. That's a fair size. They've just been. Looks like
how do they compare roughly to the size of those mutant dogs?
They could certainly fit a mutant dog in, but they're not long. Although they could be on their side, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're more like a person would stand in, but I think a long dog would struggle. But if the cage was on the other way around, they certainly could. You could certainly fit one of those great big alien hyena things in.
Yeah.
A person would fit in as well.
So I'm sort of going to relay that back. I mean, I think Bill might be able to see some of that, but I'll relay it back down towards him. I'll just say we got a number of cages in here, and some of them look like they might be of a size could fit the type of progenic stuff we may have seen before.
And Zim walk up and put his head in.
Yeah.
Yep.
What Dax would like to do is because presumably the room looks empty.
He looks empty.
Dax would like to step up to here and just cover the corridor while Zim goes to have a bit of a look with his knowledge and talents.
So can you move in there, please, Zim?
Yep.
Okay, so you start having a look around. Can you make an investigation roll? Oh, let me just make that a bit easier for you. Your dice went off the screen. What did you roll?
I saw a 5 and another. There we go.
9.
There we go.
Okay.
9.
Okay, so so you basically see these kind of empty crates, empty containers, the 2 large crates and several smaller ones. One of them has actually got a manifest on the side.
Oh, I'll have a look at that.
And it says to Cayman live.
Cayman. Alligators.
Like
Kaiman. That is if they are. Same term.
They might have just given them a name.
Yeah. And also,
Cayman.
there's also a number of small animals. It just says bracket small animal avian.
Oh, great! Some kind of sturgy bird creatures.
It's all
small
going
avian
bad.
came. I'm not saying it because as soon as I say it, it will become.
Yeah.
There's a bit of blood on the floor there as well, Zim.
I was going to ask what that was. I wondered if that was red glass from the emergency lighting.
Yeah,
I thought it was ketchup.
There's a bit of broken glass, and there's actually a bit of blood. It's quite dried, quite old. You sort of almost didn't see it at first, but it is definitely there.
Would it be possible to take a sample of it and run it through the MediSensor to determine even just an approximate DNA sort of classification, whether it's human, alien?
The equipment you've got wouldn't be able to do that. You could take a sample for later.
Yeah, do that.
You couldn't determine that with the stuff you've got on you there.
Actually, you can look back towards Silic and say, Silic, I know we suggested earlier you might be experiencing trauma and having some problems, but I hope you're ready to fuck up some scientists because this is damage.
Well, this should trigger alarm bells for Silic, shouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because we were all in the same boat first time round.
Yeah, that's it. We were all there, weren't we?
Yeah.
For the last lot. So yeah, that's a good point actually.
Yeah.
Like,
So he does look at you and he's like, it's like Marduk all over again, isn't it?
At this time, we're tooled up, I believe.
That's it. Dax is just going to roll the shotgun up and just say, there's a subtle difference from Marduk. This time we get them.
Quite right.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Right, I mean, Dax would like to move on to the next door if possible, just up the corridor.
Yep. So if you make a move.
I'll follow behind Bill and wedge myself in
Let's do
between Bill and Silic at the end.
And I'm going to open that door if it's openable.
So in there you've got like an air raft. It's quite dark in there. Again, the light fittings have been smashed. And then in the centre of the room you've got this like a fairly standard air raft, a bit like the one you arrived in. With it's on the platform, and what would happen is the platform would drop through the floor, and the air raft would be able to leave the ship and go into space. There's nothing really in there.
Yeah, I mean, I given that we've got a floor that can drop out in that room, I'm not even that interested in going in particularly.
Yeah.
I think we keep moving. We need to find and interrogate some bloody scientists. I don't like these bloody progenics people, whatever they are.
Billum does look longingly at the air raft, though. It's like, that would be great fun.
I suggest we kill everyone on board and we sell the air raft.
Well, let's take the air raft with us, definitely, because it's better than the one we've got.
It is a bit better than the one you've got. Yeah,
we sell the one we've got and we keep that one. Yeah.
Definitely.
Upgrade.
Yeah. Okay, so there's basically a door ahead of you there, Dax.
Yeah. I'm going to move up to that door and I'm going to open it and I'm going to immediately level the shotgun just in case.
Okay, well that was probably a wise move because you can look down that corridor and you can see there's a little bit of movement ahead. It's hard to tell for sure because it's quite dark in there. There's a door to the right, about a third of the way along the corridor, and you can just see something moving. You hear this like a it's like a bird-like kind of call. And what we have...
This already terrifies me because I know that Dax is seeing this in like flashes of torch.
Yeah, so there's like there's a number of there are a number of, I want to sort of say, kind of like dog-sized creatures, maybe smaller than dog, more like a fox with quite, it looks like some kind of cross between like a lizard, a fox, and like a bird with quite bright plumage, scaly skin. They don't look like the creatures that you saw on Marduk.
Jesus.
There are
that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, there's about 10 of these things.
Oh God.
There's a whole the corridor's absolutely full of them. You can see that the door to the right is actually open a little bit, and it looks like they've been kind of milling around in that area.
Oh lordy! So, but are they in the corridor? Or are they in the room? Are they in the corridor or in the room? Sorry.
Well, they were sort of like in the corridor, in the room, and when you open the door, like they started calling to each other, and a few more of them pile into the corridor.
So Dax is not going to take his eye off the corridor. He'll just shout back.
They're just kind of looking at you.
I'm going to level the shotgun and the torch at him. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to over my shoulder shout. I'm not taking my head off what I'm looking at. I'm just going to go. Got some more fucked up experiments in this corridor, boys. Get yourselves ready.
Gary, can you make a science or xenology or
you got sophontology, haven't you?
Sophontology, yeah. I don't think it will be sophontology.
I was going to say, soft furnishings is not what we need to know about right now.
It's a
very good time of year to buy.
That will make a fantastic handbag.
Exactly.
We could cover 2.5 sofas.
It'll be like either
general
a
science?
xenology, either a general science. Have you got xenology?
No, that's the one I was sort of arguing with myself this afternoon whether I should take it or not, and I took the other skill instead.
Yeah. Okay. So
well, you've killed us all. Guys.
It will just be like a general. Make a general science with education as a role, please. Education as a modifier.
Education's what you need.
I'm not 100% sure how
You
I'm
don't
doing
wanna
that,
need to
but
listen
I'll throw me
faster.
science dice in.
It should
See what
have
that
next
does.
to it.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Smashed it.
Come on, Zim.
Okay, so when you were on board the coup de grace flying over this way, you obviously were doing. Zim is the kind of person who would do a bit of research on what's happening, on the place he's going to, and you recognise this as a native of Hilfer. It's like a small fox-type desert predator.
Right.
Not particularly dangerous, certainly not aggressive, and they may give you a nasty nip, but they would generally kind of run if they were threatened. Dax, I presume you're kind of shining your light down there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just waving the torch around, trying to see what they're doing.
Yeah, they all come running at you.
Hooray!
I'll relay this information that Zim has remembered down the corridor to Dax. They're only little pests. They look big, but they're not the little.
They get scared if they get threatened.
By the
Take
shotgun
that,
once in
Doctor,
the air, they'll scatter.
They're running at me, so I'm gonna kill one of the fuckers, and I'm gonna open fire with the shotgun and see if I can scare them off.
Right, a few of them. Let's just put them on.
I'd love that Dax always chooses to go first, and it's never a good idea.
Right, I think that is them all. So can you roll for initiative, please?
I can.
Gentlemen. All gentlemen should roll for initiative.
It's a dexterity or intelligence roll, isn't it?
There should be a spot on your character sheet that allows you to just roll for initiative.
Is it actions? Yeah. Initiative. It's just under the character stat.
Oh, why is mine 0? It should be +1. Oh well. Oh yeah!
Oh, nice.
Bash.
Okay, so Dax, actually, you go first.
Right, I'm going to empty a shotgun into the leading one.
Okay, so the closest one is that one there. That's just kind of like there.
And here we go.
So if you check your dice and drop your dice on it.
That's a 13.
Okay,
So big effect.
So roll for some damage, please.
Okay, so we're on 12 AP, if that matters. Damage roll's only a 13, but with 12 armor piercing, so it should ignore armor.
Did you drop that on top of onto the target?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah. Drop your damage roll
onto the first one.
First one. Just make it again, and we'll just make it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 17 then.
Okay, so you've basically killed it.
I was going to say, it just said in my box, damage exceeds hits by 10. I'm happy with that. Status equals dead. I love Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, status equals dead. Okay, so you've killed that one. Let's delete that one. Okay, so now they are coming at you.
Oh, okay, so they didn't scatter at the sound of the shotgun and the
No, it's weird, actually. They're actually coming piling forward.
Oh,
they're pretty quick.
Fuck all, these things are aggressive.
Yeah.
they're pretty quick, but you're in a bit of a confined space, so it's hard for them to kind of pile over on top of each other.
I'm going to run out of ammo very quickly. I've got another 5 shots left, I think.
So that is number 10. I'm just thinking how. 10. I would think that would just do it like that. It should do it. Okay, so that's not great. So it kind of jumps on you, and it starts trying to it's trying to bite you, but it can't really get a purchase. It just can't seem to manage to do it. The one behind it is struggling to get past it because it's all a bit tight in that. Although they're quite small, so I'm going to say that 2 of them can actually get to you at the same time.
Yeah.
Just because it's a bit of a confined space. So make your attack.
Ooh.
And that's a hit.
I've got armor 11.
Yeah. It got a decent bite at you because it rolled a good attack, but it's not really particularly powerful. So you basically take 1. You basically got you for 1
Okay, I'll take
damage.
that off. It has to come off endurance first, doesn't
I
it?
think it does it automatically.
Yeah, it has. It's applied it automatically. Cool.
Yeah, it should do it automatically.
Yeah, it's done it.
Then the other ones are going to come close, but they can't really get at you. So it's either you're going to stand there, Dax, and take them all on your own, or I suppose you could move back and.
Well, I think at the moment, that Dax is going to hope that if he can kill one or two more, they might just flee, and if he takes any serious damage, he'll give way to Bill. But I'm wearing the best armor of the group, so we'll take the risk.
Yeah, Bill could still fire over your shoulder there.
Yeah, I mean Dax is quite happy to lean so that Bill can.
Yeah, there's like a corridor full of these things. It's going to be hard to miss, right? So
yeah, like fish in a barrel.
Yeah, lean that thing on my shoulder, Bill, and kill the one that just bit me because I'm bleeding.
Yeah, I'm shooting foxes in a barrel. Right, one of the things I was saying, so as we were coming up this corridor, after we saw that they were organic things in the cages, I wanted to switch to my gloop gun, but we just didn't get a chance to do it. So
yes.
I think that makes more sense if that's okay.
Gloop those fuckers.
Yeah. So what do I need to do with the gloop gun to use it?
So you go onto the little circle with a triangle in it.
On the gloop gun itself, or is this on actions?
Yeah, on your
under actions.
On your character sheet.
Oh, under actions. Sorry. Yeah, of course. So I was looking at the items.
Yeah.
Or inventory was what I was looking at. Yeah, I got you. Okay. So the yeah.
So your total next to TAS, you've got a little box with an arrow that you can drag over, and then damage is underneath it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the attack one, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah. So pick the attack up and drop it on the avian lizard.
Should I drop it on the 10 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get that thing killed.
Oh, Billy boy!
Does this have a splurge effect or not?
We'll roll for damage. Let's see what you do.
Oh my god.
Oh, shh.
Right. I think that's dead, isn't it?
Splunch.
Where is it gone? Avian lizard number 10. Was it did you drop that on the actual?
I dropped it on the lizard itself.
Which one was it? Number 10.
Number 10. Yeah.
It does say damage exceeds hits by 14.
Yeah, it must have already. Where's it gone? 6, 1, 3, 7, 9, 1. Not sure where it's gone off there. All right, I'll take it off. Delete. Okay.
I'm just gonna watch this thing melt and just go, Billy boy, I owe you a fucking drink.
Yeah. Let's kill him first.
They're sort of like trying to climb over each other and trying to climb up the walls and
For long they're not.
Not for long they're not. Yeah. So Silek, he's behind you. He's kind of like trying to see what's going on. He actually manages to push past Zim, and he comes running up there to see what's going on. But it's not going to be easy for him to kind of muscle in on the action at all there.
We could let him go first, and that might solve two problems.
Yeah.
Oh no, Psycho Silek got eaten by aliens. Oh well.
Did anyone pick up his Gauss pistol?
Yeah.
Again.
So we're down now to so Zim, do you want to do anything?
I shall regrettably take out my revolver and go close to Silek at the back.
This is where Zim shoots me in the back of the head. Reason with them, Zim.
What are you going to do? Are you going to
go into the corridor?
Okay, so move a bit closer then. So you heard you heard all this going on, didn't you? As you were there.
There.
Are you? I mean, it's going to be tricky to take a shot there. Do you want to fire?
Oh no. Only if something jumps out on Silek. If he can't do anything to protect Bill and Dax.
Yeah, you're just going to be kind of ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like unofficially cheerleading at the back. Yeah. Come on, gentlemen.
Okay, so Dax, it's your go again.
Okay, so I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to empty a shotgun into the nearest one. So I will take my roll, drop it on them. Oh, it's not as good. Oh, no.
Boom.
Is that a miss?
That is a miss.
Okay, they're quite small. That's the tricky thing. They're quite small. They're quite quick, so it's hard to actually. It really is quite hard to get them.
And I'm not using sort of shotgun spread ammo. I'm using solid armor piercing rounds. So they're.
Oh,
What is that now? That
when they
was
hit, they make big holes.
2.
Oh yeah, they vaporize if you hit them, but you've got to be accurate. Maybe I pull out the monoblade at this point.
Oh,
Yes, I reckon that'd be work.
That's a hit.
just start slashing.
It's done 1 point of damage. It's just a bit of little nips. This one leaps on you and just starts kind of like chewing at you. Just takes a little bit of a nick, really. It's barely anything. Just a mere flesh wound.
Okay.
And this one here as well, the one next to it, that one also has a little bite. And 2. That one there. Oh, that's a miss. Okay, so next we have got we've got Psycho Silix. Silix actually before Bill. So is Silic gonna fire? No, he's a bit crazy, but he's not a complete idiot. You've got 2 people in, he's still a Marine, he's still a trained Marine.
Yeah.
He's not gonna fire, but he's kind of ready.
We could pull back to the room, which would mean they can attack more of us at once, but we could also, more of us could get shots in.
Yeah.
Yeah, strategic withdrawal, couple of minutes.
So if Bill moved sort of diagonally back one and Dax moved diagonally back one, then the 3 of us can all attack at once, and they can still only probably attack like one of the 3 of us.
Can I? Is this like? Is it? I'm trying to. Can I shoot and then move back afterwards?
Oh, bloody
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, you can do that.
So I want to do another glute gun over Dax's shoulder, sort of shouting madly, kill them all, as he does it.
Okay, so
Should
make
have
a
nuked the site from orbit.
yes, the only way to be sure. So make your attack there, please, Bill. That's a miss. It's a bad miss. Oh, it's a bad miss.
Dax ducks his head.
Oh, there's just gloop all over the walls.
Yeah, I don't want Silic's Bill's gloop up the back of my head. I've got a very carefully coiffured hairstyle.
You can also move, Bill. Where did you want to move to? Just into the room there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's right,
that's
isn't
fine.
it, Dax? Back there.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can sort of move in front of me, and then we've got, like I say, we've got 3 of us can shoot as they chew at Psycho Silic.
Okay, so we've got this one in front of Dax there. That one's already been. That one's already been. They can't really move anything there. So I think we're pretty much back to the top there for Dax.
So I'd like to shoot the one in front of me and then move back next to Bill.
Let's just move that up to the top there. Right, okay, so we're back to on Dax. So you're going to shoot that one right in front of you and then move back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's an 8, which is a hit. And then
Drop your damage on it.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's dead.
and then I'm going to try and move back to there so that me, Bill, and Silic all have a
Field of fire.
a chance to just unleash some hell on what's left of these buggers.
And
Which
even
one did
Zim
you
can
shoot?
shoot over Silic's shoulder.
Yeah, which one did you shoot then, Dax?
I can't ping it. The one at the top of the two, the one at the north end of the room.
Yeah. Don't know
I
why
dropped the
didn't
dice on it, and
disappear.
it did say damage exceeds by 7.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't actually disappear off the thing. That's okay.
It was called Avian Lizard 2.
Yeah, I don't know why it was still there. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so that's dead. So you've basically killed for half of them already, or nearly half. You've killed about 4 of them. There's about 6 left. There's nothing.
Once
on
they get
there.
into the killing zone, we're going to maul them.
Yeah. So whereabouts are you there now, Dax? Are you just? Are you
I'm
next
hoping to be in this square here, right next to Bill, so that all 3 of us have got a line of sight when they get near Silic.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so we're down next door. We're next to that one. So
And give them a few more targets as well.
this one's going to go running forwards. They're pretty quick. This one jumps over its colleagues and goes charging to attack Silic. It's a hit. And ooh, damage
wow.
just one.
Okay.
It's a really good bite, but you're all armored up. You've got these armored vac suits. They seem to be more of a nuisance, these creatures, than anything. Just giving you a little scratches, really, little nips, little scratches. Nothing of any significance. But they're quite aggressive, which is not really like the library data.
Yeah.
Told you, so that's a bit weird.
It's been mucked around with.
I blame Zim. Zim told us they were fine, and look at him.
It's completely wrong.
Always
And
the
that one
scientist.
there is actually next to Dax. That one's squeezed by its neighbour and it's going to attack Dax.
Cool. Less cool.
So hits. Another point of damage. Okay, and then next one. That one comes forward, but it's not really going to be able to get any closer. Then we've got Silek. So Silek is going to take a... What's he got here? Gauss pistol, advanced combat rifle.
We stole them from the San Simeons.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to go semi-auto burst
Yeah,
on
do it,
this
Silek.
avian lizard in front.
Hose 'em.
Yep,
Nice.
that's that one dead.
Just missed the fuckers.
And then we've got Bill. Bill, it's your turn, mate.
Okay, well, the obvious one to shoot is the one in front, so I'll go for him, and let's do it. Glute gun.
Group gun it.
Oh, it's not good, is it? No, it's not good. Why is
Okay,
it
so
got
you-
-1?
Because they're fast.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, they're quite fast. They're quite small and quick. So like you lean over, and it's quite dark as well. So it's difficult to see. You've got your glute gun. You take a shot, but the thing just is so quick. It's underneath the gun, and it's moving at you really close. So unfortunately you miss there.
Bill just sprays his goo all over the wall.
Yeah, you sprayed your muck all over the wall.
Uh,
Zim, do you want to do
Ripping.
anything here?
Remember,
Yes,
it doesn't
Zim
matter if you
can
hit
do.
Silic.
You could fire over
That's
Silek's
silly.
shoulder without really risking his. You could fire your revolver at one of those lizards without really risking.
Nothing can go
Might
wrong.
deafen Silic, but you know, he's in the zone.
I'd rather not, just in case.
In case you accidentally execute
Yeah.
Silic from
Yeah.
You won't risk hitting him unless you got like a significant minus effect.
That's not a risk we're willing
Okay.
to take.
Come on,
I'll
Zim.
take a shot in
Yeah.
proper
Go on.
pistol shooting fashion with one arm behind my back, aiming carefully, and take one shot.
So
Let's have a go.
drag your attack roll onto whichever lizard you want to shoot.
You know.
Drain that lizard.
See, I'm not used to combat. I don't even know what I'm doing.
So on your
Yeah, it's just me hit dice
skill
and that
rolls.
one's
On the
Yeah.
skill roll, yeah, you should just be able to drag that thing onto it.
You heard the dice.
They'll
Has
be
it done a
catching
roll?
up in a minute.
Come on. Okay, I'll try that again. Right, onto the beastie.
There we
There
go.
we go.
It's a miss. So you take a
And that's
shot. You take a shot, but it just goes wide. They're too quick. They're so quick. It's really difficult to get a good shot on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got one here.
I was going to say, if you're relying on Zim to hit anything, we really are in trouble.
That one's going to come piling forward, and it's going to take a bite of Silek. That's a hit. Okay, so nothing really. Doesn't really get through his armor. or it does. Might just be a little bit of a scratch, nothing significant. Next one. That one there's also is already right in front of Silic, so that one's going to take a bite of him as well. So he's actually got 2 of them on him there. So these things, the 2 of them are kind of jumping at him, nipping at his ankles, nipping at his knees. He's getting a few scratches here and there.
Yeah.
He's taking another hit here, so he's kind of like trying to swat at them. There's another one. Which one is this? Comes forward, and the rest of them are going to come forward. That one's at the back, can't really do anything. That one's already done, and then we're at the top again, and we've got Dax, please.
Okay, 3 rounds left in the shotgun. I'm going to empty it into the one nearest to me.
Okay.
Oh, very unsuccessfully. These things are quick.
Okay.
-2 for small targets.
Yeah, they're really quick. They're quick, rapid, they're quite small, they move fast. It's also a bit dark in there, so it's hard to really see. We've got this one here. It's going to take a little bite back at you. It's trying to jump up at you. It's trying to scratch your eyes out.
Can I try and move? Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, you could move. You could move if you want to move.
I don't want to do that because I want to stay in that doorway to have a line of sight on them. And I don't want Bill taking too much heat.
Okay, so it's hit you. Has it actually injured you there?
Yeah.
It says damage 1.
I'm endurance down from 8 to 4. I've had 4 1-damage hits so far.
Yeah, so they're getting a little
bleed from 1,000 cuts.
They're getting little scratches on you. Nothing significant, but it's going to gradually weigh you down if you don't deal with these fuckers quickly. Next one's at the back. That's not really going to be able to do anything. And that one neither. Okay, so it's Silek. So he's going to use his ACR. Hit.
Come on, Silek. Yes.
That's dead. Another one comes forward. Although it's not its turn, sorry. So now we have got Bill. Your go.
Okay, I'm going to try and get that one in front of me again. So
Okay.
we'll go with a bio-gloop gun. Come on, let's get him. Oh, what? It's no good. It's a bad shot again.
Oh, mate.
It's because they're so fast. It's really difficult to get a hit. The gloop gun's a close contact weapon, short range weapon. Sorry, but it's just really difficult to get at them. Yeah. So, actually, that one should be, by the look of it, I'm sure that one. I'm sure what's going on there. It's hard to kind of manage 10 targets, actually. When you've got on a combat tracker, it's really difficult, isn't it, Rob, to manage kind of 10
The mistake I made with the skeletons and the zombies. It's like, this would be brilliant. Oh no, wait, it's really annoying. I was like, oh man, which one is it? I can't tell. They all look the same. Okay, Zim, it's your go, mate. Do you want to try and take a shot?
No, but I want to try something different.
Oh, here we go, some Zim.
Right, Mike, is there any sort of like fire alarm panels? You know, the ones that you smash and they start making a loud whap, 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 whap.
Yeah, there'll be fire alarms. Yeah, you'd have to probably set fire.
Well, I was just hoping I could smash it and it starts. Because the idea is a loud, sudden, sharp, ear-splitting noise might sort of make them break.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so make a...
flashing lights and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, would that be on the ceiling, that fire alarm thing? Or is it... Oh, do you mean like a... Oh, yeah, on the wall, like a...
Yeah.
Here to...
Yeah, okay. So it's a bit further back, actually. It's back near the door.
Right.
Near the
Can I
end
do
of
that
the
in my
door.
action?
Yeah, so you can run back if you like. So if you want to run back.
So, there?
Yeah, it's kind of like there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so try and smash this thing. So can you just make easy, very easy strength roll to just crack it?
Oh, Conan.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
elbow
man.
shot.
Yeah.
Hey, you smash that glass.
So you defeated the piece of plastic covering, and like, it's a comprehensive defeat as well for the plastic covering. You absolutely smashed it, mate. And that definitely sets the alarm off. So the local the section, is it sector, not section, the kind of like quadrant, the quadrant alarm starts going wah, wah, wah. And let's see whether these things are gonna respond to that.
Or if it attracts the rest of them.
Shh.
Yeah, they don't really seem too phased by it. They're certainly not backing off. And then it's the next one. But it's not a bad. It wasn't a bad call.
It's a good plan. It's just bloody progenics in there.
Like I said, it was an idea. It wasn't necessarily a good one, but
To be fair, it's probably a better one than you trying another shot.
I know it's just pushing the luck in it.
I like it.
It could have worked. That definitely could have worked. That one's going forward there.
And now we've got noises.
Can we get Select to open up full auto down the corridor at these things? Just shout to him and say, Select, just go full auto.
Fucking pull the trigger, you pussy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so he nods at you. I mean, it's not his turn, but like, he kind of nods at you when he realizes, like, actually, let's just go full auto on this thing.
Hose the fuckers.
Yeah, hose them. Okay, so that's all their turns. Dax, it's your go again.
Yeah. I've got 2 rounds in the shotgun, so the one nearest to me is going to get it.
Yeah, Silik was trying to do the short control bursts.
That's an effective 1.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay,
15
so
damage.
which one was that? The one
That's
right
the one nearest to me. Right next to me and Bill.
Okay, good. And then we've got... I think I've accidentally deleted the live ones and left the dead ones on, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That one there is going to... So you took that one out that was right in front of you, didn't I?
Yep.
Well, it was, yeah.
I've handled the admin of it. No, but it's all right. It's right in front of you. That one's right in front of you. That's going to take a bite. That looks like a miss. There's another one there that's going to come a bit closer. Take a bite of Silek. It's a miss.
We've got these now.
There's really only 4 left, isn't there?
If Silik can hose 1 or 2... Bill
Yeah. Okay.
can
So
one.
let's have Select go in full auto, and you basically get to choose 3 targets. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's dead. And again. Let's waste one at the back. That's a hit.
Nice. Yes.
That's dead.
Good work, Select.
Go Silik. I like
So-
a psycho. Well,
He's making a good case, isn't he, for it?
let's not delete his memories. Let's just let him
Yeah.
be mental.
He's making a good case.
Yeah, they are handy. They are handy. He is handy. He's quite handy in a conflict situation. Okay, so Bill, it's your go. These things are nearly
Okay.
gone. Can you take the last 2 out?
Come on, let's get them with a bio gloop gun. This is
Glue
it.
bit,
This is the
glue
one.
bit.
Oh, it gets a hit.
Yeah,
Eesh.
silly boy.
And that should be with those 5 dice.
Oh,
Done it.
It's dead.
1 left.
1 left. And we've got Zim. Sure go, Zim. Do you want to do
Can't
anything?
Zim. Try and execute the last one.
Set off the carbon monoxide detector this time.
I think I should just admire Silik's handiwork, really. I really don't want to fire my gun, because I just don't want to hit anyone.
You could just
It's
walk
okay.
up behind him and sort of, I don't know, just stroke him and say, "You're doing really well, Silek."
Just yeah. He
I
likes it when you
say,
rub his bottom.
good chap, well done.
Yeah. Little pat on the butt.
Yeah.
We could just move on then to the lizard. Oh, that one's dead. There's
What?
just
The lizard?
there's just sorry. There's
Oh,
just one
avian
left.
lizard.
There's just one left. Sorry. Then we're back to Dax actually.
I've got one round left in the shotgun, and I'm going to put it straight in this thing's face. Not very well.
Oh, unlucky. That would have been beautiful.
Dax.
So there are shotgun like you've basically dealt a lot of damage to the wall behind. Like
There are armor-piercing rounds as well. We might be venting into space by now.
I don't think there's enough to breach the hull, but we could
Thank
probably.
God.
How many times did you miss?
I've only missed twice, I think. I've
Right,
hit
okay.
quite a few of them.
Yeah, you're not going to put. They're armor piercing, but you're not going to breach the hull even with 2 shots. But we'll do a roll actually and just see.
Okay.
Just to see, because I know how strong the hull is. You see, so if you theoretically you could breach it.
Explosive decompression.
It does do 4d6 damage, armor piercing 12. So.
Okay, so let's see what you do. So next, so that was Dax missing again. Avian lizard, last shot of the avian lizard. It's going to go for Dax again. It's a hit. I'm sorry,
You
mate.
lizard. Fuck you, lizard.
Oh shit! It's hit you again.
That is the 5th time I have taken 1 damage from the lizard. I'm just slowly bleeding from a variety of wounds.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, so Silik's going to waste this thing. He'll take 1 shot of his rifle. Single shot. That's a miss.
Oh, Bill, you better do this.
Bill, do it, Bill. Do it, Bill.
Okay, here we go. Come on. Right. Get the right gun. No! It's a really bad shot.
Oh no!
But Bill, seeing Dax in danger because I can move, can I sort of like barge Dax out of the way? And I'm sort of like, I'm going to barge Dax out of the way and push him and sort of stand in front of the critter.
Yeah, so we'll pull Dax back basically.
Everybody,
So
yeah.
you pull him back, you push him out of the way. You can see he's getting a little bit like this fucking thing is just diving all over me. Okay, so you made your attack roll, but you missed. Now it's now going to attack you.
Come on, lizard.
It's a hit.
Pretty good hit.
It's a piece of damage. They seem pretty always to sort of cause 1 point of damage. Yeah, so like basically it gives you a little bit. It just kind of jumps up and it just starts scratching at your face, and you get a couple of little scratches on your cheek there. Nothing's massive, but it's certainly a bit scary.
Yeah.
And then we're up to Dax again.
So my shotgun is out of ammo. Am I able to drop the shotgun and draw another weapon?
Yeah, you can draw another weapon.
So I want to draw the monoblade and just execute it with the blade rather
You'll have to
than
move. You'll have to move a bit closer.
Yeah, so I'd want to move up to there.
Well, actually, is it maybe? Oh no, you'd still be able to hit it. You'd be able to hit it from back where you were actually, because it's in your.
Okay, I mean, I don't want any risk of hitting Bill, so I'm quite happy to step up to the doorway, drop the shotgun, and just swing at it with the monoblade.
Okay, so drop your monoblade on it.
Oh, that'll do it.
That will definitely do it.
The monoblade.
High armor piercing. We'll take a good 13 damage.
Okay, so it's dead.
Willem looks at Dax. He's like, "Cheers, buddy." Sort of like slowly holding his arm from the little bite mark on from the thing.
Dax has got like 5 different gentle wounds. He'd be like, no. You push me out the way, man. We got this.
Mm-hmm. Dr.
So
Zim will step in. Do
This
his first
corridor,
aid.
yeah, this corridor is now a just a mass of bits of broken body and avian lizard blood. So Zim, you can actually drop your if you go onto your character sheet, you've got at the bottom of actions, you've got first aid.
Yep.
You can just pick that number 3 first aid and drop it onto Dax, and that should just kind of work it out and do it automatically.
Ooh.
good roll. Yes,
Nice.
I'm back up to full health.
Yeah, so he's basically got nothing more than a few scratches. So you kind of like apply a bit of an antiseptic,
They like the taste of you, Dax.
put some bandages on, and patch him up. And it only takes a couple of minutes, and it's
Cool.
very easy to do. Is anyone
Dax
else?
is just going to grab Zim's shoulder and just fix his gaze and go, I love you, man.
That's all right, my friend. That's what we're all here for. I can't shoot anything for putty, but I can fix things up.
You set the fire alarm off. It gave it a festive environment.
Well, that was one of my more rashest plans.
Ahead of you, just on the right, that looks like you can see the sign just on the door above. Like if you just look a little bit further on where that door is, where it's closed and then it's open. That just ahead is the bridge. Looks like the bridge on the right.
All right, cool.
What do you want to do?
Before we do anything else, I'm just going to reload the shotgun. So I'm down to 18 rounds.
Yes.
Um,
I'll reload the revolver just in case.
Reload.
I only fired one bullet, but
Reload the gloop gun.
yep.
and Dax, at full health, Dax will confidently lead the way to the next room.
Okay, so are you going to bring Dax in front? Can you bring Dax in front then, please?
I was just wondering where Dax had gone, of course, because line of sight, wasn't it? I lost
Line
line
of
of
sight.
sight.
So that door there is open. Are you going to start to move forward to that?
Yep.
I'm going to move forwards again, shotgun covering, but I'm working on the basis that if there's any more lizard dudes or anything in there, they'd have been out by now. So I'm going to wander confidently and swinging my shotgun around.
Yeah. Okay. So you go in. You enter the room. This is the bridge. It's pretty well lit. Some of the light fixtures have been smashed, but other than that, it's in a pretty good condition. There are two control couches in the center of the room. Oh, sorry, one on relative to each other, with instrument panels. One for the pilot and one looks like for the navigator, and everything looks to be in kind of working order. So you've got like screens that show the ship exterior, course, position in relation to nearby astral bodies and stuff like that. There's a computer there with just like a screen. That looks like it's on. In fact, the whole thing looks like it's in kind of working order. Maybe not pristine. It doesn't look like it's been used maybe for a few days. There's a very thin layer of dust. But other than that, it looks in good condition.
Could I link Lydia up to the main com and just like pull the records from the launch date of the pinnace and any general files about what they're doing on the station?
Yeah, you could certainly try. Do you want to go in there, Gaz?
Dax will cover the door while Zim does his work.
Okay. So if you bring him in. Okay, so you bring him in and you interface Lydia with the ship's computer system. So can you make a computers roll, Gary, using either intelligence or education as a modifier?
I've got the skill in it, so I can just do that, can't I?
Yeah, you just drop on the computers.
I'll try that again.
Randomly, the second time a die of yours has just disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. No, it's come up. It's 10.
Okay, so it's quite easy to access the computer system. Most of it seems to be there's some regular reports transmitted to Helvik Laboratories.
Right.
It's kind of like regular transmissions and data on, like we were discussing earlier, of routine ship systems. As we were saying, most of them are marked for the attention of Beru's Euphrosyne. Nothing particularly unusual there. There's a report of a small explosion which took place about 3.5 weeks ago, and a request for computer parts. There also is what looks like an encrypted file.
Oh, there we go.
Which has been forwarded to another address, but it's going to be quite difficult to crack it.
Can I try my encryption skills with Lydia?
Yep, so make another computers roll.
Oh, where have you gone? Right, yep. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doopy-doo.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what a great roll! What a
This is where
great
Zim
roll!
shines.
What a great roll! Okay,
This is what
so you find this record.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I want combat drugs. Let's find some of their combat drugs. I don't like the reference to larger animal trials.
Yeah. Eve.
Steve, Jesus. How interconnected is this? So, Dr. Tacona Dresden on Teve.
Cool.
And there's also a visitor roster for the last several months, for the last 4 months, which lists several mercenary officers.
Test subjects?
Including a sword-wielded mercenary battalion called Jorminugund Company, or the Jorminungand Company.
Literally berserkers. That's what we're talking about, lads, aren't we?
Who have been visiting either for meetings, basically.
Have they left yet? Do we know? Have they logged out on the station records?
Yeah, that was weeks ago. That was
Oh, right.
that was several months ago.
I don't like progenics.
Yeah, there's been up to a few things. This doesn't seem like this third generation combat drugs. It doesn't seem to be the similar kind of stuff they were doing on Marduk, but it's definitely a company that.
I mean, they're doing some stuff that could benefit us, but also we never seem to come across them without having to fight some evil shite.
I
They
know.
don't seem to be able to control their test subjects.
Ah, well, who knows what happened? There seems to have been from the records, the computer records. It seems there was a small explosion in one of the labs, and then something was released. Someone's put in a potential. Someone's noted. I'm concerned that some of the substrates have been released into the ship's atmosphere.
I'm glad we're still sealed up.
Yeah, I'm concerned that some of the substrates have been released into the ship's atmosphere. I am going to try and get out of this place as soon as possible. And then
I want to take my mask off and breathe deep because it boosted these critters.
and then the pinnace has been has left pretty soon after that.
Right.
But it looks like there was only 1 or 2 people on it at that time, and the science the lab ship has got a fairly sizable crew, a fairly sizable contingent. There's at least a dozen staff, including regular staff like the pilot, the navigator, a medical team, regular crew, plus a host of research staff. There's about, I think it's about 18 people normally would be on this ship.
We've definitely not satisfied our contract yet, have we? You know, we've not got a full report to make. We need to explore the rest of the ship.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's a good time to stop for the evening?
I think that's pretty good. That at 20 past 11. That mate was awesome.
Oh, I was worried about I was a bit stressed in the combat with the lizards when I was like, oh my god, there's 10 of them. And I was like trying to handle
really
that.
good, Mike.
It was really
No,
difficult.
It was perfect. We got to do some little maneuvers to try and sort of maximize attacks and minimize attacks, and then Zim smashed it in the consoles. That feels like
thankfully.
we're back in Traveller though. That's
Do you
Yeah.
like? Do you like that map? That map's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that on Dungeon Draft, Mickey.
Oh yeah,
Did
That's
you?
Did you?
all-
Is that
Yeah.
yours?
I did that map. Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Really?
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, Mike.
yeah, I did that map. You guys are in quadrant 3 there. So if I just pull up the if I pull up the map of the ship.
Yeah, it's
Deck
a big old
plans.
bugger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really big. So if I show you,
Okay,
so quadrant, if you look on that map there, quadrant 3, you've basically moved from where it says 4,
Yeah.
which is the lift,
Yeah.
and 6 is the airlock, or that's the ladder access to the airlock. Then you will turn right, and you've got the aircraft, the cargo space, the aircraft room, and then you've got the bridge. So you're just at that bridge there.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, point just before number 1, is that right? So it's the room before the orange room before number
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, the orange room before number 1.
Cool. So yeah, there's quite a lot of the ship to.
So there's still quite a lot. There's still quite a lot to go.
Yeah, and we've got missing scientists, we've got potential missing test subjects, we've got stuff released into the atmosphere. I think these fellas want to be more careful about who they hire out spaceships to.
Helvet laboratories, yeah. But they're, if someone says we'll give you 1 million credits to hire your vessel,
they're not
you'd
going
be
to
like,
ask questions, are
And
they?
it could
No,
be
no
like
questions.
one sub corporation washing the hands of another sub corporation that both belong to the same bigger corporation, and it's all on the books. Do you know what I mean?
I haven't thought of that. Or had
Don't
I?
don't think of that, Mike. Don't
Until
think of
now.
that.
Brill. That was a proper jump back into Traveller. Like this is where we started nearly a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's great to be back in it.
Yeah, tied it back a little bit, hasn't it? Into I wanted to kind of like start to bring things full circle a little bit, and start to get those wheels within wheels of things going on, and little kind of hidden stories that have appeared.
Yeah, I also like that since we last encountered anything to do with progenics, when we were running for Ogman Raiders and we were in a place surrounded by mutant dogs and hyenas and stuff, and we just feel just a little bit more combat capable now.
Yeah,
We're going after them, not just trying to survive. Bill and I smashed an Ogman Raider last time, and this time we were raiding Progenics' facilities. It's a great little progression story.
Yeah, it was quite different than the first time you met them, where you were on the back foot and you were like hunted, tired, and on the back hoof all the way through.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit more weaponry and a bit more experience at your core.
Bit more savvy.
You're a bit more savvy. Yeah, you're able to handle
Absolutely.
yourselves a little bit further, because we are at least. Let's have a look. Where's the calendar? So that was, if you look on CAL on the top right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on the calendar.
That's the calendar. So 325 was when you arrived back at station 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're actually on day 3 through another day there, 343, 41, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually on day 349. So arrived at Hilfer. Oops. So if I put on there. Lab ship. Right, so that's on there now. So if you look on day 349, it will say there, view log entry, arrived at Hilfer to investigate lab ship. And if I put formal goods.
So are we 343 days in then?
No, because we started just about this time last year. It was about a week or 10 days before. So actually, you're a full year in.
Yeah, because we were on day 6. 006 was arrived at Marduk, shot down by Ogma Raiders.
Yeah. So that was when it started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
we must be 343.
Yeah, 343. Yeah, I thought it was before. I thought it was before the winter. So you're coming up to a full year. Yeah, so like it's gone quite quick. But it's almost mirroring real time as well, isn't it? Like it's been like nearly a year since we first started gaming.
It was interesting. Cool. I was looking at Dax's character sheet and thinking, oh, he's 42. I've nearly caught up to him, and I was like, actually, no, I haven't. He's now 43.
He's He's probably moving at the same speed. Yeah, he's moving at the same speed.
Awesome, loved it. Thank you for that, mate.
Nice one, guys. Yeah, nice one, guys. I'm just going to close Fantasy Grounds down. Yep. Thanks, guys. So she'll continue next week. If anyone's got anything